I see Jay Mohr's.
Where?
Out of the window.
Where?
He's right out the door.
Is he right there?
He's right just out there. Oh, of course he's talking to the intern.
Yeah, we got
This could have been the biggest mistake we ever made.
Yeah, I know.
What?
Brother Weeze asked for a favor up there in
girl
Rochester.
interns.
Oh, she's that's the girl that used to work for Weeze?
Yeah, she's Weeze goes, she's hot, but she's batshit crazy.
Oh, is she nuts?
You want to talk to her real fast?
Yeah,
I wouldn't. Yeah, I wouldn't mind like girl interns. They come in here, they're all butchy or something like that.
We used to
they
have a rule.
Yeah.
We used to have a rule because it's too distracting.
I thought it would be slowly introduced. They brought in two of the cutest fucking girls
I know.
as interns. Here's our newest intern.
Hi.
What's your name?
Pull up a chair.
Jackie.
Hi, Jackie.
Jackie!
Hi.
Hi, Jack.
Now,
Jackie.
Are you from Rochester?
Yes, I am.
And you worked with Brother Weeze a little bit?
I did for about 6 months.
And he passed, Jay Mohr's.
What did you do with Brother Weeze?
Intern.
Yeah, all
Okay.
this.
And then Weeze calls me and says, do you want to know what he said about you?
Yeah. Is it good or bad?
He says, cute girl, which we agree.
Thank you.
And he also said that you're batshit crazy.
Oh.
Because she's nuts.
Batshit crazy.
She's a cute girl, but she's nuts. And then he goes, please hire her.
He named me Jackie Nut. That's supposed to be my radio name. He wants me to take it with me.
So
Jackie Nut?
Jackie Nut.
Why are you nuts?
I don't know. I think because when I first started, he just put me on the radio, and I just sat in with him and just talked a lot.
Yeah.
But you had to
some
say
nutty
something.
stories.
I don't know. I think one time I might have dropped a bomb or something.
Do you have interesting little stories about your life? Is that what it is? Like kind of nutty?
Probably. I probably have some bad
What's
things
like the craziest thing that's happened in your life?
Yeah. And how much time is he doing?
No, the worst thing was probably, I don't know, I think I was 14 and I was at a party, or 15 at a party, and no, we went driving and the driver was completely sober, but we got pulled over and I was in the back seat of a cop car.
Wow, that's crazy.
Nothing happened. No charges.
And you thought City of God was a crazy movie.
No charges or nothing.
Because you're underage and you were obviously
Because they thought loud
underage
muffler.
intoxicated.
Man, Weeze was right.
Wait, the muffler was loud?
Woo!
It was a muffler,
Holy
loud
shit.
graduation
Amazing.
night.
It's crazy.
Is there a warrant out for you somewhere?
Wow.
Noise pollution?
You were underage and obviously intoxicated.
That had to be the only thing
Were you on
I've
Molly's?
ever done. Oh,
Were you rolling? You weren't rolling?
no.
Jesus.
Wow.
Do you know Jay Mohr?
Hello, I'm Jackie Nut.
What's your name? Jenny Nut?
Jackie Nut.
Jackie Nut? Crazy Jackie.
Something nut.
You're crazy.
Jackie.
Only one.
What are you,
John Starks and Lance Armstrong.
What?
I'll get warmer.
How old a gal are you?
I'm 19.
19.
Yes.
And do you have a significant other?
I do.
Most girls your age do.
Of 2.5 years.
2.5
Wow,
years.
you guys started 16 and a half.
Wow.
I did the math.
So that's going
So that won't last.
What does he do for a living? Rich radio guy?
No, he's a landscaper.
Oh, well, that's just like being
This is a very important question. Cab of the truck or bed of the truck landscaper?
Oh, very good question.
What is it?
I don't understand the difference.
Well, the cab of the truck guy, he pretty much tells the Mexicans what to do. The bed of the truck guy drives home with grass clippings flying around his head.
I was going to say,
And he's
basically,
Mexican.
does he have to duck or not?
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Does he have to go to Home Depot before he works? Does he?
Yeah, he's probably the bed of the truck. There's only about 5 workers.
So he's
small
Yeah, so it's a little
operation.
smaller one, but
Does he
they
carry
do
around
all
that
commercial
giant green
properties.
garbage pail looking thing?
No, they do 0 turns. He does all
Zero
that
turn
fancy
fucking
stuff,
mowers
yeah.
and stuff?
Yeah, he
Does he
did
talk
our
about his
mulch.
day? Like, holy shit, fucking dandelions up the ass on this house today.
Yeah, his boots and his socks come all green and everything's stained
Green with envy.
It's disgusting.
Yeah.
They smell like a soccer
But
player.
at least he's able to buy you real nice things because he's got a lot of cash.
Real nice things.
Does he?
yes.
What did he get you? That necklace?
No, you got me this ring.
What is that?
It's a nice, pretty ring.
What's a
This
diamond in
is
there?
actually his necklace.
It is.
His grandfather's.
Oh, he's Italian?
Very, yeah.
Yeah.
Sicilian.
Oh, boy.
Oh, no.
Ah, in the landscaping business, Italian.
Landscape,
He's got that little temper in him.
Oh, does he?
shit.
You ever smack you around?
Oh, God, no.
Oh, what you
I
did?
wouldn't have been with him for
Would have been
2.5
hotter,
years if he
really?
ever put a hand on me.
No, I was thinking.
No.
She fucking
I caught
smacked
100
that
beatings
bitch.
off that animal.
She fucking.
I'm trying to get a puppy out of him. I just want a little puppy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why? What kind of puppy?
I don't think
I
that's
don't
what
know.
comes out of guys.
Maybe
Out
I'll
of their
find
wallet.
one.
Get ready
for the puppy,
honey, huh?
Close your eyes. Open. Here comes the puppy.
Here comes some puppy. Look at
It's a litter.
This is cute and cuddly too. Yeah. She's like, who is this? 19 for the love of God. I don't know who Dice is.
And you moved down here just for this internship?
Just for this.
Just to get us coffee?
Yeah.
Are you living with him?
Did you get this one?
No, he's at home. I'm by myself here for the 2.5
Oh,
months.
man.
wow.
Yeah,
Where
yeah,
is,
so it
home?
sucked. Upstate New York, Rochester.
What do you do on nice days?
I walked around all day yesterday in like Central Park. This is on my third day
man.
here.
Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
Do you like swimming?
Anthony turned into a 75-year-old Jewish woman. What do you do on nice days?
But it's nice out.
Yeah, do you like swimming in the pools of people who were fired?
Ex-employees that are fired for
And look at the other
taking interns
intern.
into their pool.
Look at the other intern. No one cares.
Oh.
He just came in here like 3 times.
Old greasehead.
Right, no one cares.
He's in the bed of the truck.
Yeah, he's definitely the bed of the truck
All the
intern.
bed of the truck. Combing his hair with lawn trimmings. Look at that guy.
Yes, he is.
Wait, you got to be a rich girl then.
Face
if
looks
you're-
like a compost heap.
I guess.
Good
yeah.
call. Yeah, you might be rich, right?
No, she has to be a rich girl. She can move to New
Yeah,
York for
yeah,
2.5 months to
exactly.
intern
My
for our
par-
show.
yeah.
Who are you living with?
I'm living at it's like a dorm. It's Marymount College.
Okay.
Yeah, so I'm staying there. But
How rich is your parents?
my dad's the CEO of a credit union,
Oh, man.
and my mother's the head of IT at the
Oh,
U
they
of R.
hate your boyfriend. Oh, God, do they
Yeah.
hate your boyfriend?
It took a little while.
They want you-
Yes,
Do they
it
refer
did.
to him as do they call him
Oh,
an
they
Italian?
hate him.
You should call him an Italian.
They want you dating someone from Pittsford.
I don't care.
Basically, yeah. That's
I
what they
love
want.
it, Mom and Dad. Oh, they hate him.
Did he show up? Only the good half.
Yeah, what background, religious, ethnic affiliation do you have?
I'm Catholic,
Yeah.
right? But I don't know. The only thing I truly believe in is reincarnation.
Oh, really?
And that's
In what?
about it.
Reincarnation?
Reincarnation.
That's when
Wait,
it falls.
reincarnation?
Reincarnation.
That's when it falls off and you put it back on.
Yeah. What is reincarnation?
It's the breakfast
Yeah.
milk.
Reincarnation.
Yeah.
She believes in the
Breakfast.
Put the
drink.
N.
That's
What do you think?
Instant breakfast.
What do you
Ice
think
cold.
you were before?
Let me get my cuts. I'll put one out.
I think someone very underprivileged because I'm not very materialistic
Can I
now.
ask, what's your
Really?
name?
Yeah.
What's her name?
Jim. Oh.
Jim?
Jackie.
Jimmy?
Oh.
Jimmy.
Listen, girl, Jim. How can you believe in reincarnation? Because we'd run out of there'd be the same amount of people from start to finish. There couldn't be more people.
That is the most brilliant argument I've ever heard against
I've
reincarnation.
never
Right,
heard that
just
one.
now,
That is very
I've
good.
never heard it.
Yeah, man. That's
I'm
the
not
first time I
kidding.
heard it.
Thank you, brother.
There's
great.
more people now than there was in the past.
10 years
so where
ago.
the fuck did those souls come from?
You know what? They keep reincarnating into twins.
Yeah, they'd have to share.
But you
That
don't
doesn't
forget.
make sense.
You don't forget about all the animals. People can be reincarnated into animals into humans.
Oh, I
what
heard
now?
not.
What about bugs?
Bugs
bug.
too.
I wanna be a bug.
Birds.
You go.
You could be an alligator.
Can you go from
Really? Be an alligator.
wait? Can you go from human to bug?
Maybe if you're a
Oh,
bad
that would
person.
suck.
Yeah.
I would say for some
Become a
people, I
fruit
would
fly.
say for some of us, it'd be a dream come true. Chip Chipperson's going to join us. Pearl Jam and Chip back at it again. Not since Nine Inch Nails and Jane's Addiction went out on the road.
Eddie Vedder, the incomparable Eddie Vedder, right there.
Yeah.
What do you?
Explain it to her. You know, it's really not that good.
Now your internship. What are you hoping to take out of this, and what kind of career would you like?
Yeah, it's a good
I
question.
want to be on the radio. That's it.
Oh,
I want
what
to do
a
exactly
dumb
this.
idea.
Oh, you wanna
No,
do this?
don't tell me.
It's a terrible idea. For many years,
Song, and the remedy
Right.
is hot. Let's do a clip.
for many years, I encouraged the young broadcasters. Not so much anymore.
don't call
it's
it
a
broad.
terrible business.
It's a marvelous job.
You could look and say, like, okay, look, we're the people that successful in the business, but then you got to look at guys like
Exactly.
Sam Roberts, who has 1,000 shows right here on this platform.
He was young once, and
Makes
now
$1.50.
he just looks like some creep with Ray Dawn Chong's hair. Fucking going nowhere. Spiraling.
It used to be a great business.
He's pushing 30?
Yeah.
4 months.
4 months to 30.
Fucking hush
I remember
puppies.
when he was a little kid.
Yeah.
Oh, Sam.
Oh,
What's your
my
favorite
God.
Cher album? Half Breed?
Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
You really should be in WWE. Like, there's no reason Sam's not.
He's working on it.
Doing a heel turn.
He took his first wedding anniversary, didn't go to dinner with his wife like he had promised, because he wanted to go to Caroline's and play with Mick Foley, who was doing stand-up that night. He had to tell his wife, nah, you know that first anniversary of the happiest day of your life and supposedly mine? Yeah. Well, fuck that. I'm going to see Mick Foley tonight.
How was Mick's great, right?
Great,
yeah.
Yeah, but not on your first wedding anniversary.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Kind of gets the wife a little angry.
A little bit.
Maybe.
Probably
Just a tad. A tad.
Anthony's a bit of an expert on making wives angry.
Well, I married an angry wife.
It's like, who's afraid of Virginia Woolf? Just in the car right over.
Got rid of her, though. No worries. Don't you worry. There's not going to be any crazy women over my house going, who's this girl?
So you can go to Anthony's
Right,
house
right.
whenever
That's
you
what
want.
Thank you, Jay.
Comfortable with your filthy Italian boyfriend.
Filthy.
This is the real
Showers.
deal.
Is he happy
does.
that you're away for 2.5 months?
No.
Of course not.
I'm doing
Man.
everything in Utica, honey. Giggy,
Yeah.
Rochester,
He's
Greater
fucking-
Western New York. Hey, you want to see my truck, hon?
He's mumbling under the moan of a fucking edger. Fucking guy fucking comes on our New York. Edging and fucking yelling.
His cute blonde girlfriend's away for the summer in New York City.
Exactly.
In the big city.
I would drop dead of a heart attack at
Fucking
19.
crazy.
Exactly.
I'd be out of my mind.
He's getting chased by
Exactly.
yellow jackets as he dumps out a mulch bag.
Wondering what she's doing
Exactly.
at that very moment.
You're on 110th Street making friends.
You know what? I don't even mind working outdoors. I get to work on my bass. You know what I mean?
Yes, exactly, Carl.
Nice Italian Colin.
Yeah.
Well,
Huh?
we had to do it before. I went
Say
to
what now?
Temple.
Huh?
I went to
Temple.
Temple.
You went to
for,
Temple
for
for
a
what now?
semester.
Temple?
So we had to do that for 2.5 months.
Temple. Oh, Temple.
Okay.
Really? A temple girl?
It was
Yeah, she went
scary.
to Temple.
Yeah, it was? Why?
Yeah, I saw someone shoot themselves actually
Whoa.
on my campus.
Wow, I've been hoping I would.
So I left right after that.
Wait,
Hold on. She tells that boring, who gives a fuck, drinking, driving
Yeah, I got
story.
pulled over once for loud music.
And you got a better story that you could have told?
Well,
why
you
do you
brought
do
me
it-
in here
why
on
do
the
you-
spot.
You were assuming that you were going to last this long to tell the shooting story?
What happened?
Why?
You got to open with the shooting
If
story.
you see somebody get shot, why do you have to open up the Torah? I'm a little confused.
What happened at Temple with the...
Baruch.
It was on campus, and someone just walked, and I was walking out of the 7-Eleven, and I turned around, and right there just shot themselves in the head.
For what reason, do you know?
So then why
I
did you go to
don't know. They
Temple?
were an alumni, though, so I think they just came back. I don't
They
know
came
why.
back to
do
fucking
it on-
commit suicide?
Yeah.
Fuck up
I
other
don't know
people.
why, though.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
How
man.
old were they? Like your age or
No,
they were-
older.
Okay.
I think they're in their 30s.
Oh, then they lived a full life.
Yeah. So you saw the brains come out? Like you actually saw
No,
it?
I turned around and just ran.
You saw the
I
gun?
didn't know
Where
what
did they
to
put the
do.
gun? The side of the head or under the
Yeah.
mouth?
Why didn't you
On the
Instagram that
side.
shit?
Yeah, right? Take
I
a
don't think
picture.
Instagram was actually out then.
I know,
Whoa,
it's
how
just a
old
dumb
are you?
joke.
It's
Jesus.
crazy.
This is like
I
a
know,
year and a half
19.
ago.
Really?
Now, did you say anything? Like, did you react? Or just yell? Like, when you saw the gun, how long did you look at them with the gun to their head before they shot?
I turned around and they were doing it right
Oh, you-
at
okay.
that split second. Like
I'm sorry. Why did you? Maybe I wasn't paying attention.
Maybe I'm fucked up. Maybe a little too much to fucking drink, right? What the fuck? Why'd she go to fucking Temple? Because she saw a guy.
Why did you go to Temple?
No, it was Temple
Are you Jewish?
University.
Oh, in Philly?
Yeah, yeah.
As opposed to... He thought you went to
Temple, like
Temple.
church.
Yeah, spaced out.
Maybe I
Yeah,
had too
yeah.
much to drink, you know?
He thought you went to Temple.
So you went to Temple
Sorry.
University and saw a guy shoot himself at a 7-Eleven.
On campus.
Temple
outside
Owls.
of the 7-Eleven.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
To the
But it
Owls.
was
Right.
a little freaky.
Bill Cosby went there.
That's
Did you ever
fucking-
find out why he did it?
No.
Did you ask? Not him, but I mean,
Yeah, right?
but I mean, people didn't they word get out?
dummy.
Yeah, word got out, but by the time I didn't ever like look into it, I don't think they knew
Yeah.
the family, and I think it took
Yeah,
a
you
while
just
to
figured,
figure out
fuck
who
it.
it was.
Oh, face
So your parents just sent you to New York City to... What the fuck's going on, man?
I don't know if they care
I would
about
never.
me.
I would never send my 19-year-old hot daughter to New York City to live by herself for a summer.
Maybe they trust her and they want to get her away
fucking
from the
nuts.
boyfriend. They want to get her away from the boyfriend. That's why they sent her to
Jimmy.
Temple. They're sending her here because they want her to be a nice guy of color, and they're tired of this Italian guy.
God, no.
They want it to happen naturally instead of being the ones that break it up.
Yes, they don't want
then
to have...
you'll fucking hate your parents. But if it happens naturally by sending you here and there, and maybe you find something else,
have you?
Then it works out nice for them.
Have you dated guys besides this boyfriend?
Yeah, I had boyfriends before, but
Here comes a very important question. Have they all been white guys?
Yes, they've all been.
All right,
still
hold
in
on.
the running.
All right.
You lost me, but you picked your Panthers.
Just making sure. Yeah. There's a word I have for girls that do that. It's called ruined.
Wow.
See, that doesn't bother me. I don't mind a girl.
No?
No way. If she's taking a big dark one, she's just got to tell me about it and taunt me while we make love.
Oh, Jesus.
God, humiliate me, sweetie. Tell me how much better it was.
Jesus.
Yeah, you know, we all have our thing.
We all agree.
So what are your plans right after this internship? No, Jimmy.
Like today or after the
No,
entire-
no,
Oh.
like it's done. Do you have a,
Go back to
little plan?
Rochester.
Do you
Yeah,
have a plan of action?
Year and a half left of school.
Huh?
And then
What are you taking in school?
No idea.
Very good.
Broadcasting.
Oh, that's
journalism.
Broadcasting,
hilarious.
journalism.
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
With a minor in political science, which was the worst decision I've ever
Poli
made.
sci.
No, that was the better decision.
No.
Poli sci.
You'll be doing some poli-sci shit down the road.
Yeah, what
Yeah.
kind of radio do you want to do? Like what, this type of show or
Yeah.
music or
No, a talk show.
what kind of talk show? Political, comedy?
No. Comedy.
Comedy.
She's doing the after show today.
There's no after show today.
Oh, Jimmy's show today.
Today's my Vice show.
Yeah.
Maybe
Today's my
tomorrow.
Earn My Raise show.
You'll do the after show tomorrow.
All right.
I'm
Wow.
serious. Give her the hour.
That's
I don't give a
pretty
fuck
big.
what she does.
You getting along with the staff?
Just give her an hour.
You getting along with the staff?
Yeah, for
now,
my second
E-Rock
day.
is your boss?
Yes.
How is he
Is
treating
that what
you?
you call him? E-Rock?
Yes.
Oh, that's one thing we call here, E-Rock. I hope you enjoyed the time where she looked up to you as a boss, because we are going to fucking destroy that
We're gonna
right
ruin
now.
that.
What do you call E-Rock?
What do you call him?
Eric?
Okay.
Aw.
He's a nice
Call
guy.
me Eric.
Yes,
I'll
he's
be
a
right
very
there,
nice
Mr.
guy.
Nagle.
He's
Yeah.
Where's our hot
playing
water,
the nice
by
guy
the way?
angle.
Yeah, you
Right
can-
here. And right here.
Oh, man, she's right on the spot.
All right, because I got to make my chili mac with beef.
So you call him Eric, and he's treated you well, right?
Yes.
He's a good guy. What was
Has
the
he
first thing
yelled
he
at
told
you?
you? Yeah.
Has he yelled at you for anything yet?
No.
He usually yells at the
Oh, I
interns.
did drop a soda the other day.
Oh, you did?
Accidentally brought Diet Pepsi.
Did it?
That was Roland's
Did it
fault.
spray all over? Or?
No.
Oh, okay, so that's not a problem.
Dude. Oh.
So why did we say you were nuts? You seem pretty grounded.
Yeah, get out of here.
I bet she's kooky.
Yeah, I thought she'd be nuttier. She's cool.
She's got that fucking guinea boyfriend with the fucking rich parents.
That's all it
Probably
is.
a problem.
Yeah, the parents want the boyfriend gone.
Yeah.
They're a little tired of her coming home.
How much shit
Fucking
did you put in?
with grass stains on her knees.
Oh my! Fucking old pollen head.
Yeah, exactly.
Just everyone's sneezing around her.
Yeah.
Old pollen head.
Where there's two handprints on her shoulders with grass in the. And they're like, oh, we know what's happening. Just don't see. It's not wear white shirts when you see him.
Are the other interns very competitive? Is this?
No,
have you
they-
guys gotten competitive yet? No.
No, not yet. No.
They
We're
working out
friends.
good? E-Rock, how are they working out? How's this group working out?
Very well.
Really?
Yeah.
I like what's your name?
Jackie.
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 Not, and I like. I won't call you Jackie. Just Jack. And the other girl, what's her name?
Sydney.
Okay. Yeah. That's a weird name for a woman.
No, if you're cute, Sydney's a cute name
I'm
for
not
a
saying it's
girl.
a bad name. It's just not a
Yeah.
common
No.
name. Who was the guy named or something
Sidney
sticking a
Sheldon?
mash? Yeah, Sidney Sheldon or
Sydney Sheldon.
Sidney Friedman.
Sydney Friedman.
Yeah, I just want to sit down and tell that I didn't hear my problems.
Sydney's a good girl name.
Who else, Jimmy? It's
you're-
more Sydney's.
Male Sidney,
You're
Sidney
Sydney.
Pollock.
You're on
Hi,
a roll.
Sydney.
Yeah, I was voted boy most likely to name a male
Sydney.
Sidney.
What are you doing? Oh,
Holding
he's
up 8 fingers.
Sal, why are you? Oh, there you
Sal
go.
walked in and went 8.
8.
Very quiet 8.
Oh, good.
She's
Held up 8
just
fingers.
pissed because she's been here over a month and we haven't talked to her yet on the air.
Oh, man.
I think we should be talking.
Sydney's way cuter than Jackie.
Oh, man. I'm pitting them against each
Not
other.
close.
It's all right.
Pitting them against each other.
Not even close.
Oh, they're
She
both
got a
lovely.
bunch of cats.
Oh,
Or wears
my
crystals,
God.
Or like doesn't shave or something. This is like she's winning running away.
That's
Sydney.
Sydney.
She's a good-looking girl.
She was the first girl intern we've had.
She was at the Kit Kat Club,
forever.
Anthony.
It's like crazy.
Since
since
Luca.
Yeah.
What?
I'm the first girl.
Yeah, we haven't had girl interns.
Well, we had one that used to get beat up, and then she, I don't know.
What was her name?
Yeah, we called her Luca.
We nicknamed her Luca.
We called her punching bag.
She used to show up with black eyes and shit, and we made fun of it and had fun with it. And then I think it was a real thing because all of a sudden she disappeared and we never heard from her again.
I don't know what happened.
I don't know. She used to come in bruised up pretty good.
Maybe she started listening.
Now, Sydney, where are you from originally?
Florida.
Florida.
Yep.
Go to a lighter
okay.
K-Rock, actually.
Oh, really? Yeah,
With E-Rock?
E-Rock was born and raised in Florida.
He wasn't.
Of course he was.
No, he was.
He lies about it.
Yeah, he's embarrassed
Pictures of him
by it.
taking his boat to high school. Very privileged.
Yeah.
They called him
Very
something
privileged.
different in Texas, too. Jew.
Oh,
Where's that nigger boy?
Is your family as rich as Jackie's?
No.
Uh-oh.
I work 3 jobs.
We have a Cinderella fucking stepsister.
I still work. It's
thing
not that I don't
You don't
work.
have to, though.
What's your job?
I worked at the radio station doing
That's
promotions.
not working.
Doing
Promotions at a radio station?
You deliver
Yeah, that's not a
pizza.
real job.
How much do they pay you?
Minimum wage.
What is minimum wage these days?
Like $8?
$7.25. But I
Damn,
thought
that's-
they
And
were
all
supposed
the
to raise
mulch
it.
you can carry, honey.
Righteous bucks.
That's a lot of money, man.
I know.
What was minimum wage when we were growing up?
$3.35, I
$2.50 an
remember.
hour.
$3.35.
$3.35, you remember?
$3.35.
I remember $2.50. Looking
Yeah,
out,
I remember
watch it.
$2.50.
I remember 1
$2.50 an
cent.
hour. It's crazy.
Huh?
I remember 1 cent. 1 cent.
I worked at Krausers when it was $3.35, and I remember I found mouse bites and animal rodent shit in the fucking in the cheese bin and the meat bin, and I told my supervisor, he goes, I just cleaned it out. You can still serve the meat.
Of
And I
course.
quit.
You did?
Yeah, I stood up. I was like Norma Ray, but with fucking rat shit. And I wouldn't serve it. Sydney, what kind of job do you do?
I worked at the radio station there, and then I'm also a
Where's
server.
there? Oh,
Oh,
Florida?
Florida, yeah.
Which
You're a
one?
what? Server?
A server or surfer?
A server.
Okay.
I'm on the golf. We don't serve.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you
So
serve?
I worked at Outback and then Hemingway's, which is like an island grill based on Ernest Hemingway.
A lot of blooming onions you bringing out
Oh,
there?
my
A lot of drinking.
A lot of
Hemingway.
fucking blooming
A lot of
onions?
6-ounce sirloins and water.
I'm Team
Don't you
Jackie,
hate
I just
that?
decided.
Signature sirloin steak. I hate that guy on the commercials. Hate him.
Yeah.
Where do you live now?
I live on Long Island.
Oh, no.
Really?
What town?
Big
Now
points
that's
right here.
interesting.
What
Big
town?
points.
Suffolk County or Nassau County?
I live in Holbrook. I don't know.
Oh, shit.
I have no idea.
All right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
dance.
that's okay.
Oh, no.
I
She's a
live for
boyfriend.
free, so it's a...
Here, take some of my money. Hold
You should probably live closer to the city.
I have a one-bedroom in Patchogue. Is that okay?
Does the
you ever
place
go to-
have a pool?
Yeah.
It does?
It does.
Good.
Does it have a movie theater?
No.
A full bar? Is it closer to the station?
Yes.
There's
A
only one
grown
way
man
to
who
settle
falls
this.
asleep on his face in the doorway. A guy who,
Passed out on the floor?
yeah, a guy who does 80 fucking drinking Remy.
Shit.
Ethan Hawke is here now, too.
What? You have a boyfriend too,
fuck.
right?
I do.
I've heard about that guy.
Why have we heard about him?
How great would it be?
We hear things.
How great would it be if her boyfriend, she's like, he's a landscaper, he's in Rochester.
Oh God, what does he do?
He does like real estate stuff. I don't know.
Uh-oh.
Oh, shit.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't know.
He's like a serious, like he's.
I'm in construction. I'm a union organizer.
All right, it's time to vote. Team Jackie or Team Sydney?
Well,
Oh, don't do that. That's mean.
Jeez, that's
Jackie got to tell the, like, we got pulled over once, got a ticket story.
Yeah, yeah.
And
Right.
then
She's got a good story from
you
this
got anything
morning.
crazy?
Sydney
my
just comes
God.
in, she's like,
Oh.
Florida, later.
What happened? What happened this morning?
Some guy like walked me all the way to the studio because I walk from Penn Station every
Oh,
morning,
my
and it was
God.
the creepiest thing in the
You
world.
gotta take a cab.
It was bad.
What did
and
he
he was
do?
like, "Can I have your number?" So I just gave him my boyfriend's number.
Was he
I like,
was
"You
he
can call
was he a
him."
black guy?
Yeah.
Oh, sick.
And he was like, "I'm a video game tester." I'm like, "Sweet."
Oh,
You gotta take a cab.
Yeah, Grand Theft Auto, the initial storyline.
Choice there, Connie.
Oh God.
Yeah.
She's
I was-
walking
I
from
was
Penn
terrified.
Station at 5:30
Yeah, what are
in the
you doing?
morning?
Take a
Yeah.
cab.
Oh, that's crazy. You can't do that.
That's going to haunt us someday.
You can't do that.
Tough girl.
You're a tough girl.
Jeez.
She's
I mean,
tiny,
I'd be
though.
scared of me if I saw me walking down the street.
Well, yeah.
You
How
got-
much is a cab? from
You got
there?
moves?
I have no idea.
$5.
You got moves?
Mine's what do you mean?
Like, can you
Oh.
defend yourself?
I mean, it's just my size. That's
Oh
intimidating.
my God.
She's tiny.
How tall a girl
She's
are
a
you?
big fat fuck,
4'11".
this one.
4'11". Yeah, you're 4'11".
Boy, that's a good height.
You are
Will.
a slight girl.
How much
You
you
always
weigh?
had fat arms?
Like
What
90-something.
the fuck are you saying?
What? I'm asking if she always had fat arms.
She doesn't have fat arms.
She weighs 90
Well,
pounds.
She thinks she does. Just go with it.
Oh my God.
Oh my
Get
God.
those Schumer arms.
All right, ladies, what's your problem
Not
areas?
nice.
Let's go with the problem areas. What's your problem areas?
Mine?
Yeah, Jay, we'll start with you.
We got 100 tickets sold at Levittown tonight.
Oh, that's a problem area?
I'm sweating out a mob club. Jay, not for nothing. If you could help us out on the guarantee, we're a little light.
So
You
you're
like my nails
governors.
buff shiny, right? You
You're-
ever do buff shiny? When you come out back, you want to go for a ride? I got to get gas.
You're
No, I
governors this evening.
don't. Yeah, it's across from Bally's.
Yeah.
Tonight
You know
and
where that
tomorrow?
is.
Yeah, that's all I need to. That's
when,
good.
when were they going to
Right.
start promoting it? Did they book this? But did they book this yesterday? We didn't know. We didn't even know you were at Governor's.
You have a horse head in your bed. You keep that shit up.
Yeah.
Well, I got some chili mac with beef, freeze dried.
Oh, God.
Well, that's when you
It's
know
gotta be
the
disgusting.
that's when you know the segment's going good.
When Opie starts eating
Opie
his
takes out the
freeze dried.
plastic.
We got
Opie takes out the spork.
Yes,
We got
yes.
Ethan Hawke is here, so we got
Ethan Hawke's a
All
big
right, we gotta get
star.
the broads out of
Ladies,
here.
thanks so
We'll have
much.
you in again. Very good
It's nice
job.
to finally get to
Very
know you a
lovely
little
gals.
bit.
Yes, we'll
First,
have
we're
you
going to
back.
visit Anthony's house with
Oh,
no reservations.
stop. Of course,
and,
that's
if you bring condoms,
highly
you're out.
unethical.
Can we have intern oil wrestling?
Highly unethical, but not out of the
can?
realm of possibility.
Not if you fire them.
And
Anthony, fire one of them.
You wear flip flops a lot, right?
I do.
Yeah, flippy floppy.
You're 4'11".
No,
You
that's
shouldn't be
good.
wearing
Your little-
flip-flops.
Yeah.
Very, very cute feet.
But
What?
Huh?
yeah, we'll
Hey,
take
what
a quick
now?
break. All right,
You talking
listen.
about that girl female?
Take
I
5 and bring Ethan
I
Hawke.
followed her from Penn Station, man.
Oh my God! It's
I'm a
crazy
video game
savages
tester.
following fucking girls around like
She
that.
should not be
Savage.
walking.
That's what happens to. They're like, "Yo, man, what time is it?" And then they just cave your head in with a cinder block.
Which way is north?
Yeah, which way is north? Oh,
Huh?
I'm not sure. I'm new here. Correct.
You talking about that girl right there?
She should be armed.
All right, listen.
Yeah.
We have to take a
You
break.
got a break?
We have to because Ethan Hawke only has a certain amount of time. Jay Mohr's at Governor's tonight. Jay's sitting in with us, and we got David Lee Roth on the way.
Nice. Bam, bam.
Jay Mohr in studio playing Governor's tonight
Appreciate that. It's in
and
Long Island.
tomorrow.
Levittown, right there by the big flea
Borgata,
marketplace.
Friday, Saturday, Foxwoods, Sunday. This is the one I'm nervous about. West Hampton Performing Arts Center.
Oh, yeah?
Sunday.
Nice.
It's a big ass room. Yeah, there's
Ethan,
a
how you doing, man?
Ethan Hawke in
big
studio.
star in here.
I know,
What am
right?
Yammering on about my mid-level club dates.
Jay Mohr to your right. Ethan.
Broadway.
Yeah, how are you?
We sat next to each other at a Knicks game a few times.
Oh, did
Did
we?
Your beautiful son.
Oh, thanks.
Nate. No, they didn't win because Nate Robinson was there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
boy.
That's when they had the all green jerseys on for St. Patrick's Day.
I do remember that.
Yeah, it was you on one side of me and Kerry Washington on the other side of me. And I went, if a bomb hits this row, I'm not even in the article. Ethan Hawke and others die.
And others. Ethan's got The Purge. The Purge. This movie's got a lot of heat right now. It's opening, Friday, June 7th?
That's
this
right.
This Friday,
This
right?
Friday. All right.
And this is a real interesting concept. One day a year, people can do whatever the hell they want as far as illegal stuff goes, including murder.
The
assault.
idea is it takes place, in the near future after the Great Depression of 2017, and as the nation recovers, to bring down unemployment and to purge the nation of its national hate. One day a year, the government shuts down. No hospitals, no cops, no nothing, and you can do whatever you want. And this way, if you get screwed in a land deal, you don't need to worry about it. You don't need to get a lawyer. You don't need to sue. You just wait for the purge day and you kill the guy. Right?
This sounds fantastic.
Your wife is driving you crazy. She's getting on your nerves. Don't sweat it. Wait for purge night. Ice her, right? And so now the good news about this is that unemployment drops to zero.
Sure.
Right? Because basically all the unemployed people kill each other. Right? And, it's a little bit influenced. When I was younger, I remember, did you guys see Escape from New York?
Oh, of course. Sure.
Yeah, right? Snake Plissken and everything.
Yeah.
It's the same kind of John Carpenter-esque, half thriller, half horror, half socio-political document. Because in truth, what it really is it's like any good science fiction, it's not really that science fiction. You know what I mean? the woman is on the treadmill and she's jogging, and on TV, outside her gated community, people are killing each other.
Right.
But it's not that different from the way we actually
What's
live.
really happening, right?
I hope there's no 80s bad guy, though, like the guy who was like, the president. We have the president. Remember that guy with the Billy Idol haircut?
Yeah.
Oh,
in Escape from New York?
Yeah.
The truth is, there's a kid in this movie who is, I think, the best bad guy I've ever been a part of.
Yeah.
His performance was phenomenal.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he'll never work again. He's so scary.
So now, once a year this happens. Now, your character, you're a family guy?
Well, see, this is where it gets kind of interesting. I am an extremely affluent man who is a family guy who has made a fortune selling security systems. So he's very safe. He's living in this gated community. He has, machine gun. He's
all the bells and whistles you need to fend off these nuts.
Except my son thinks this purge is immoral. My son's given me some kind of ethics class about how it's really not fair to the poor people, and it's really not fair that just because we're rich, we get safe and we get special privileges. How is that fair?
Sounds like me every day of the week when I talk about taxes.
And exactly. Yes. And so my son ends up letting a guy a safe house in our house. Man. And trouble is, this guy is very seriously wanted by the Nazi youth of America. The social network gone bad. These other guys start coming after him in our house, and so
puts all your good gear to the test, I guess.
So they're all like young, youthful Nazis that are coming after him?
Well, not literally Nazis, but they're like
skinheads.
Yeah.
Well, no, the today's version of skinheads, which is like computer geek preppy people.
Oh, right.
Does that make sense to you? Because you seem lost here. No. I mean, where did I lose you?
No, I'm actually just thinking of the people he's talking about.
Yeah.
Ethan, I have a question. When I see the promos, there's people wearing masks, like spooky masks, breaking into houses. That's got to be like the longest pre-production meeting, more than casting, is figuring out what mask to settle on. Because if done right, like Scream, the mask lives in perpetuity.
Yeah.
And if done poorly, just people running around in a Nixon mask like Johnny Utah. I'll take your comments off the air. Governors tonight and tomorrow.
I think that a lot of thought did go into the mask, but the director had seen this certain mask long before production started.
But doesn't that creep you out about your director, that he's looking at masks before the movie came? Like, I just comb the internet, look at masks.
When you read the script, I was already creeped out by this guy.
Well done.
That sounds pretty good. I saw the trailer in the theater when I was seeing, I think, a Star Trek or something, and it looks pretty badass.
Yeah,
it's pretty cool.
It turned out pretty good.
So is there an explanation as to why people don't? Because, I think, if that was happening, I would just get in the car and fucking go to a lake somewhere and just wait until the next day.
Yeah, because some hillbilly at the lake will have you. That's why you can't do that.
Jason Voorhees.
I mean, come on. Have you ever seen the movies? I mean, come on. A lake is safe.
That's a good point. Yeah. Lakes are disaster.
You don't want to be caught out there on the road, defenseless.
I just find myself a nice spooky cabin in the woods next to an old lake with a sign up front that says abandoned.
Yeah, exactly. Go hide out in an abandoned hospital. That's a good one.
I'm a sweet, naive boy. I don't know any better.
It's sort of
Jimmy
like
with his new
fitting
Krav
the
Maga
herd.
body. Jimmy's looking good.
Jimmy is very fit.
Jimmy used to look like, per your own stand-up special, you said you look like a scallop.
Yeah, I was in bad shape.
And now you look like completely fit. Or you're
what
dying.
turned you around?
I'm sick of paying for it.
Sex?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I'm sick of it.
I thought you meant like figuratively paying for your poor health.
No, I don't speak figuratively.
You're talking about the hookers.
I'm tired of paying for pussy.
Yeah.
No hidden meaning there.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
So,
So he lost 30 pounds, man.
About that.
Looking
That's
good.
pretty
25
nice
or 30 pounds.
25 to
This was
30.
a nice family show.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Hookers and getting killed by a
Well,
lake.
It's
it gets
terrible.
way worse than that, actually.
Getting killed by a lake.
So now you must get into some pretty bad situations there. You got to defend the family, right? Because I'm assuming at some point it's not just this guy's wanted and it's in this house and then it ends going, well, the house held up again.
Yeah,
there's probably a breach.
I have a pretty terrifying line in the movie where the wife screams, but we're safe, right? And he's like, well.
Oh, well.
What do you mean safe?
Oh, shit.
You know, it's a relative term.
Yeah. These things are more for show, you know. People are intimidated by it.
Right.
So all hell does break loose for sure.
How does the movie end?
How does the movie
You asshole.
Well, you know, I'll come back on in a month and we can talk about it.
And then discuss?
Yeah.
Ethan, when you're like obviously a huge star, Training Day, you should have been nominated for Training Day.
I was.
You were nominated.
Yeah, so,
you didn't let me finish.
Read the Wikipedia.
No, you didn't let me finish.
Come on, man. Google my name. How hard is it?
You were nominated for a Source Award for Training Day?
That's right.
Fucking mother, you didn't even fucking let me finish, you prick.
Screen actors and Oscar.
Jesus Christ, I didn't even get my fucking Source Awards out.
Yeah.
The guy, it was a very urban movie. You should have been nominated for a Source Award.
I know. I was. They did. I was.
Who won that year?
I was hurt.
Well, Denzel won for Best Actor.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know who won for Best Supporting.
Who ended up winning?
Don't act like you don't know.
What year was it? I'll
You
tell
want to
you.
know something?
What's up?
I have no idea.
Really?
Yeah.
Wait, what year was that?
Careless.
What year was it?
Training
Come
Day?
on, careless.
2002.
You know the year, but
Yeah.
you don't know who won. You don't know who you watched go to the podium.
Jesus,
and 18 million.
Mohr.
What?
You know, people. You
That would make
would
me
think,
crazy.
What it?
You know what?
I was
Don't worry.
nominated for
You
an
don't have
Emmy
to worry
for
about
Best
it happening.
reality show.
I love that movie so much, and I was sitting next to Denzel Washington, and when I won, he leaned over to me and said, "You don't want to win yet, man. Whether you're older, it'll mean so much more."
Oh, yeah.
And I remember I had such a great time that night, and I can't stand people crying over like not getting something awesome like that. And it was some older British actor, and I kind of secretly. We in this country have an obsession with British actors. We give them all kinds of awards, and it really annoys me.
Yeah, you're right. You're absolutely right.
It's strange.
They
It's like,
have bad breath.
the British people, they get to win all.
brilliant.
Oh, yeah. Well,
We think they're smarter because they have the
Judi
accent.
Dench,
I know, and
you know, they all have really bad breath.
well, I don't know about that.
I do.
Yeah.
You're hanging out with the wrong British actors,
really.
buddy.
with Lord Alfred Hayes.
But yeah, they do. They put them on these pedestals. Yeah.
They win all these awards, and it's like, and so I kind of resent that.
Were you
So I
annoyed when
should.
John Gielgud won for Arthur when he won supporting actor? Because that was a big surprise. Remember that he won that?
Yeah,
was that
was
Best
good.
Actor?
Well,
No, he won Best Supporting Actor for that.
Supporting?
it was
I'll
good.
let the media.
Yeah, exactly.
Nice.
But he's right about there's British actors that are really good, but it does seem to be that we think they're doing something amazing sometimes when they might
It's
not
just how
be.
people don't really respect their own, or it's a little bit, I have to admit, that they actually do train their young people. They have a culture, we have a culture of celebrity, and somebody shows a little bit of talent, and the next thing you know, we pay them $10 million, and next thing you know, they're committing suicide on some People magazine cover.
Hopefully.
Yeah, that's nice. That's really nice.
Fronting $10 million, you know.
But it is what happens. And in England, they show a little bit of talent. They do 59 Shakespeare plays. They're 34,
Right.
and then they get an Oscar.
There's a protocol there that you
Yeah.
got to go through.
Yeah.
Meanwhile,
Here they
I'm
just
doing a show on Barrow Street, all the way downtown, off Broadway.
Well, they fucked
Colin Quinn.
they fucked Denzel on.
He's trying to do Colin Quinn.
He didn't win for Malcolm X. He didn't win for Hurricane. So what am I going to do? Cry about?
Hurricane? Yeah.
Yeah.
What am I going to cry about?
Malcolm X he played 3 different guys. It was
He
great.
lost to Pacino. I think they gave it 2% of a woman that year.
Oh, Jimmy, you don't mean that.
Because they, I think they owed him for Dog
I'm
Dance.
Dr. Giacovoki and I'm Phil Spector. And I'm going to play Joe Paterno. Oh, Jerry, what's going on in your front lawn here? Sorry, Nathan. Yeah, The Purge.
very
I can't
good.
wait to see the movie The Purge.
This Friday.
Yeah,
This
yeah.
Friday. The
It's
Purge.
even the bench ads, like when you just see like on a bus going by, like the poster, I go, oh, I got to see that. Like rarely do you see like an actual photograph of the movie and go, oh, this looks good.
It's
man.
a great like concept. Like it's not like, oh, I've seen this 1,000 times. No, it's
It's
cool
what we all
concept.
want to do.
Yes.
Have one night we can go out and just kill everybody
That's
who
another
irritates
thing.
us.
There's that fantasy aspect of it. Like, yeah, okay.
Well, what do you think
I
you
would
would
be
do?
able to use that.
Anthony would start
Oh
with
my
the
God!
It's not just
Put it
murder
this
you're
way,
allowed to
this
do. You're
room
allowed
would
to
be
do
a lot
whatever
more
you want.
empty.
What I do?
Jay instantly thinks it's him,
I'm here once a
and
year.
he's right. No,
I'm white.
And that's the mask, right?
Yeah, that's it.
That's
that's
a
kinda
fucking
creepy.
scary mask.
Yeah.
Holy
that's kind of creepy.
shit.
Do you are you big on like home security and stuff? You got cameras around the house and things like that?
No.
No, you're pretty like lay it out there?
You know what? I'm the type. I'm the type of. This is pathetic, and you're going to make fun of me for this. But
he looks at Jay.
Yeah,
I'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, I forget codes. I forget my keys. I'm this person who has. The more high level the security system is, the more often I'm locked out of my house.
Yeah,
I agree with Ethan entirely.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
All right.
I like a little security.
A little.
Like
do you have video monitors? Are you the type of person that monitors?
You ever see Panic Room? His house is a
I have some
panic room.
cameras.
Any photos up that you can show Ethan of your home?
How many security cameras you got?
He has gun turrets.
Tell Ethan.
I don't have gun turrets. I got guns, but I don't have turrets.
Yet.
Tell him how many security cameras you got.
I'm not sure. I think I got 12.
He has drones
all around the house.
What are you hiding?
I'm not hiding
You
anything.
familiar with Michael Jackson?
Yeah.
What?
The same lifestyle. Yeah, he has fucking sensors outside his door in case Latoya shows up to knock. I have one pair of BJ's on.
I don't have that. I just kind of like the idea that I could take a peek around the house, especially if I'm gone. Like right now, I could just kind of hit my phone and hit the app, and cameras come up, and I'm like, all right, I kind of like.
I have a friend who videotapes the babysitter when he'll go out.
Oh, got like baby guys.
Yeah, you got to do that.
He can just click on his phone
in the
watch.
bathrooms.
Yeah.
Teasing, of course. I don't have a babysitter.
Anthony really has like drones. Like he makes drones.
Well,
and
I got
flies around his
a big,
Do you kill people with these
RC
drones?
helicopter. I wish it had the capability, but no, I just record my neighbors.
And how do they
not
feel
through
about
their window. They're probably not happy about it, but I just buzz it up and down the street into their driveways. And
he's like every Randy Quaid character in a film. That's his life. Just the fucking creepy, unshaven neighbor.
Cannon Miller.
They love me. The Asian guy that lives behind me, he was fucking yelling the other night.
At you?
No, just at someone in his house.
Oh, okay.
And I heard a woman screaming.
He
and I heard like something being thrown around the.
So to get you drone up in the air for this?
And no, it was nighttime. So, and then he went out by his patio and just started heaving shit off his patio into the yard, yelling, "Whoa, just like,
you know what? He needs to see the Purge.
Yeah,
this guy needs to see the Purge
because he's up here.
Yeah,
Did the cops show up?
No.
No cops.
No cops. It's
Everybody
that day.
needs to see the Purge.
It's Purge Day. No cops, no hospitals, no
I will
nothing.
say this. I don't want to out you as being a cool guy. Ethan was with his son at the Knicks game. Never saw like a cooler, involved dad ever. Just
I've got a great son.
Yeah.
He's all right.
That's cool. He's all right. What are you saying?
I'm trying to give you a compliment. Don't deflect it.
All right.
Does he drive?
No.
That's cool. All right.
He's 11.
Already, that's a demerit. But I will say this.
I've seen him around, right?
Completely cool.
Opie's seen your fathering talents.
Yeah, we've been in the same playgrounds.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, a few times. I didn't want to bother.
He doesn't have.
Opie's always asked to leave.
I was going to say, he doesn't have
my
kids.
kid's a lot younger. He's 3.
Yeah.
But we've seen you.
Best line of training day? Do you have a favorite line from training day that you were able to say? Or do they all blend together? Because there's one.
What's your favorite?
I have a daughter in the bathtub that fucking chilled me to my bones. That you went to some place that was you were there, man.
That was a very intense scene.
With Smiley, it was Cliff. He's from New Zealand. That guy.
Yeah. From
he's the chameleon. He's like he's like a Maori, and he can do any accent in the world. He's incredible.
Wow. He's a great actor.
What's his
name?
Cliff something.
It is
good old. What's his name?
And I remember he hung out with all these a real Mexican gang, a Cholo gang.
Wow.
He drove around with them, and for 2 weeks before the role, and so on set, we're sitting there playing cards, and they steal my gun, and I, unload it before you remember this whole thing?
Yeah.
The BO in this room.
Oh, shit, really?
I mean, when these guys are pretending to beat me up, and they're not. One of them had his parole officer on set, and
wow.
We're doing the scene. Cameras are rolling. Guy's cell phone goes off. He answers it. He's like, "Yeah, filming a movie. I don't know. Some white guy. Yeah, I thought Denzel's not here. No, it's boring. Yeah.
Wow.
Anyway,
Wow.
all right, call you later. Yeah, you're okay. You're okay. Let's keep going.
Holy
Then they say
shit.
action. He goes,
Yeah.
you ever shit pushed in?
Yeah. That was an improv.
Yeah. Oh, really?
And
That's a good
They
one.
made a meal out of it. They got you all fired up.
No,
about
it was a great scene. It was really, but it did smell.
That's an intense movie. Whole movie was really, really good one.
Why was Angelina Jolie the best kiss on screen? Because I don't like to ask like fucking extra questions like that.
Yeah,
like,
really?
dude, dish out.
Wow.
But I've only kissed one girl on screen. It turned me on.
What was it like for you?
It turned me on. I was surprised. She was an ex-porn star named Nina Hartley, and it turned me on a lot.
What was it that she did that kind of got to you?
It was a comedy.
Or was it because you were being filmed? Were you because you were being filmed? It was particularly exciting.
No, it was just because I had never kissed a girl on camera. It was like a 20-minute short. So I walked because she's a porn.
Were you naked?
No, we were fully dressed in a comedy club against a bar.
Oh, okay.
So I said to her before we shot, I walk into the dressing room and I go like I've never kissed a girl on screen. Do we use tongue? Which sounds naive, but I didn't want to be like the guy who's an asshole to the porn girl. And she's like, yeah, baby, we're supposed to be attracted to each other. So she starts making out with me in the dressing room.
Wow.
And then while we're kissing on camera, she's rubbing my cock and puts my hand on her tits. And she was funny. She goes, go ahead, squeeze it. You know you want to. I'm like, all right. And I did. And I was fiercely turned on.
Well, this doesn't sound like a normal run-of-the-mill actress.
No, but I'm saying...
I'm getting a little sweaty over here the more you're talking about
but
this.
I mean, Angelina Jolie probably wouldn't play it like that.
I don't think...
I think you could take out probably.
But she
seems sexy,
in the
man.
Changeling, she made out with the whole crew. It was crazy. Clint had to separate everybody. It was nuts.
Yeah, you were there for this?
Look, Jay, sweetheart, you're making out with my camera up for 20 years.
So why was she the best?
Well, here's the thing. I think that maybe you may not be aware of this, but you're talking to a very. I mean, I don't want to come off like some kind of giant blowhard, but I have been nominated for 2 MTV Best Kiss Awards.
Oh,
okay, so you're talking to a very serious kisser right here.
What was the
I mean,
other
I don't
one?
want to threaten you or make you insecure. And the Angie one wasn't even one of them.
Really?
All right.
All right, who was it?
All right, Winona Ryder made the cut.
Oh, okay.
All right. And Julie Delpy made the cut.
Wow, man.
And so I just feel like you're not treating me with the proper respect about
true.
kissing that
Way to
we
go,
should be
Jimmy.
talking about.
Yes.
You start
Way
bringing
to
up
go.
porn stars. You start bringing out your groin.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm feeling very uncomfortable right now.
I don't have a lot of experience. That was all I had.
That was really like...
This is kind of, all joking aside, my first kiss of my life was on film.
Wow.
So it was
Emmanuel Lewis.
It's Gary Glitter.
Jesus. It was David Lee Roth. No, I did a movie when I was 14 called The Explorers, and in it there's a fantasy sequence where I kiss a girl, a dream sequence, and I actually had never kissed a girl, and so I had to do it for the first time on screen. So for me, my whole life has been totally skewed and perverted.
Yes.
Whatever happened to that girl?
She's the intern, Jackie.
So what are you doing? You're going to make out on film. You got to make sure your breath is fresh. I mean, there's a lot to worry about. I mean, I had to do a couple of takes of it, but it's fucking panic-inducing.
I find it panic-inducing. I really do. Yeah.
Because it's like, is she going to be is she just faking that she's enjoying this? Like,
Yes, she is faking it. She's enjoying. Don't be confused about that.
Let me ask Ethan and maybe answer for Ethan. It's not when you're filming it, whatever. It's the rehearsal where you're not sure, like, are we going to make out in rehearsal?
Yeah, right. When is the right time to really go for it?
Like, we'll maul you. I said that like,
and then here's the part where we're going to be kissing during the film.
And then you stop, and then when you go live. So in rehearsals, it's super weird, especially closer.
Super weird.
Right when they've already camera blocked, they get the marks down. Like, let's do one more right before we get sound
it's
up.
also strange in the theater, because in the theater you do a long run of a play, you start to have to do it every night, and do you do it the same? Right. Should you shake it up? I mean, is that weird? I mean,
shake it up, buddy.
Shake it up.
That is
put her in a guillotine, choke her out. Let those housewives from Jersey get their money's worth.
Jesus, man. What did I walk into this morning? I was asleep half an hour ago, and now we're talking.
Well, it's going to get weirder in about a minute. David Lee Roth's walking down the hall.
Oh, yeah.
Can I tell you my favorite David Lee Roth quote?
Yes.
My favorite is, I remember really the first time I remember watching MTV, I was at a friend of mine's house, and we turned it on. There was David Lee Roth going, they said, how did you get into rock and roll? And he said, well, because lovemaking, even at its best, only lasts 8 or 9 hours. And I remember, I had not kissed a girl at this point. I was like, wow. Wow, David Lee Roth is my hero.
he one of the most quotable rock stars ever.
Absolutely.
Just for years.
Should we bring him in for a minute?
Come out with
Ethan only has like 1 or 2 minutes.
Yeah, have him sit here. I'll sit on the couch.
You're a very busy man.
Bring David Lee in fast.
Governor's tonight and tomorrow.
And don't forget, of course, the Purge opening this Friday with Ethan Hawke. It looks great, man. It looks like a action packed. I like those.
Yeah,
I like those. DLR.
David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth.
Ethan, my pleasure. Love all the pictures. Jay, how you been?
Hi, Dave.
Jim.
Dave.
No mind.
How you been, man?
What's up?
Guys,
What's up, man?
David Lee Roth.
We're so happy to have you back.
We're on the air.
Exactly.
Ethan's a fan, so we figured we'd bring you in.
you got a new movie.
Yeah, I got
advertised all over
The
Japan.
Purge.
All over Japan.
It's all over everywhere. Jesus. How are you doing?
Yeah, take it away, man.
He just had one of your quotes, David Lee Roth.
People sleep.
He was just quoting you.
What were you quoting?
You were asked how you got into rock and roll, and you said because lovemaking, even at its best, only lasts 8 or 9 hours.
You got to be so careful what you play to kids.
I like how Dave laughs at Dave quotes.
That's eerily accurate.
It's like,
You
fuck.
did- That's a life of learning the lines and making it look like you didn't learn lines. Wow, that is true. You know, well, you got to think large. How's everybody been?
We've been all right, David Lee
Yeah,
Roth.
hanging
I
out.
didn't interrupt. Were you
DLR.
in the middle of a thought?
I was just musing about how great you were.
Okay, let's talk about cronuts. What did we?
Oh, God, the goddamn Cronut. Have you heard about the Cronut in the
Sure.
city?
Tell me.
I don't know. There's like this guy. He's got a truck. He sells these things called Cronuts. They're half
It's not out of a truck, though. He's got a store.
croissants
Yeah.
and half donuts.
And how much they
And
cost?
he's mutated them.
$5.
for
But
like
you got to get online at
$5.
5:30 in the morning. He
Yeah.
only makes 200 a day.
And they sell them all out, and
that's it. He doesn't
huge
make
line
more.
of people.
Okay, so the question is it the flavor or is it the price that's getting
Exactly.
everybody going?
It's this hype thing that's going on.
Well, there's a big thing going on in Tokyo. I've been living there for last year. And Haagen-Dazs sent up, right?
Yeah.
And everybody would line up for 4 hours to get in to eat the ice cream.
Yeah.
And then when they tried to put it in the marketplace and so forth, it didn't sell anything. Nothing at all. Turns out people just want to be seen in the place eating Haagen-Dazs.
There you
That
go.
was the whole
It's the hype
price.
factor.
Or they want something that nobody else can get.
Yeah.
That's kind of what people want to do.
Conspicuous consumption, like how many rings on your neck can you wear in Zimbabwe or whatever?
Yeah,
Where is that? Is that here in town?
Yeah, I think they do that.
That's not 13th Street.
125th and Edgecombe.
E-Rock's freaking out because Ethan, I guess they're telling,
All right. Well,
they're
listen,
telling
it's a
us
great
outside.
pleasure to meet you. man.
Likewise.
You're the best.
Let's promote Ethan's
Ethan,
film
yeah.
properly. It's called The Purge. It obviously seems like a great movie. I mean, we had a fun time with Ethan. It
Sounds like
opens
a great
this Friday
Saturday night.
Yes, before midnight. It's in theaters now.
Yeah, that's another one with this Before Sunrise, Before Sunset, and this is the sequel.
Oh.
It's an art house movie that's
Nice.
actually turned out really good.
Cool, man.
Yeah.
All right, well, Ethan, thank you, man. That was great having you.
Absolutely.
And
Please come back,
Do we
man.
need to
Yeah.
break? Or are we gonna?
Yeah,
We'll
we
take
might
a
as well
quick break and
Peace, love, and heavy weapons.
be back with, David Lee
In case the
Roth.
peace and love doesn't work.
All right. Thanks, Ethan Hawke.
Thank you, guys.
Am I in the right room to say that?
Yeah, you are, man.
Don't hurt yourself.
Don't hurt
An entire generation and a half launching themselves off the top of Toyota Land Cruisers and trying to touch their toes. You could hear the belts popping, pop, pop, like
Don't
this.
hurt yourself.
Well, I would come out after a show,
Yeah.
and you would invariably see. There would be a pickup truck festooned with beer cans. Every single space that you could get a vertical empty beer can on. In fact, vertical empty beer can, that sounds like a band at Coachella, doesn't it? And they would have it covered, and somebody would get on the bumper. There'd be 3 gals, 3 guys, and they'd launch themselves off the was that you, Jay? Did you ever try that?
Oh, all the time.
Jump off the bumper, and try and touch their toes, and somebody go, no, that's not how you do it. And clear off the hood, and you hear the beer cans, and you climb
Right.
up and launch and land in a heap, much to the glee, of the derision and ridicule of the crowd, and somebody would do it from the top.
Yeah.
This was
Until somebody snapped a leg,
Yeah.
probably.
Dave told the best story on my podcast about Van Halen trying to expand the parameters. He said, like when you were a kid, you have bunk beds. Do you remember this whole thing he said?
Oh, sure.
It was amazing.
Go ahead, do it, and I'll help you along. Let's see what you remember from it.
When you were a kid, you have bunk beds. You put them a little farther apart, and you go, "Hey, let's see if we can make it this far apart from this bunk bed to that bunk bed."
Uh-huh.
And then the whole band's like, "Oh, you know what? Put the bunk bed against the wall, I'm Eddie. I can do it better than Dave. I can do it better than Alex. And put it all the way across the wall. The ground is lava. If you touch the lava, you're out.
Hot lava, you call it.
Yes,
you have 2 bunk beds. People say,
Dave, why interrupt me? I'm in the middle of a really good story here. Jesus Christ. What an ingrate. Your story. I tried to get you to tell it.
I never got tired of doing that. You have 2 bunk beds. My sister slept in one, I was in the other. And you would jump across one to the other and go, hot lava, hot lava. And you didn't want to fall in. Well, you start off with a foot in between. And then, of course, they try and up the ante. You put it 2 feet apart.
Sure.
You go, hot lava, hot lava. And my career has been kind of the same based on that ever since the beginning. Farther and farther apart. How far away can we move and still survive? What can we do musically that's going to push the advantage a little bit more? What can we try on stage? What can we do on the album cover this time? That's farther and farther. Inevitably, you're going to fall into the hot lava.
To the hot lava, yeah.
And that's your best drinking story.
When the record company comes in, like, with we got ideas for this album, you guys could maybe take it in this direction. And Dave was like, no, you don't understand. We've already had the beds. They're in different rooms. We put one outside, and we jumped from the second-story window. So, Moog synthesizer. What the fuck are you talking about?
We're already up to out the window, off the wall, against the board.
It'd be really great if you guys could do a little more melody hooks. That'd be great. Some melody, some hooks.
We ran into that routinely. It's like in the Doors movie where the guy goes, Herman's Hermits. Let me just say 2 words. Herman's Hermits. That's music.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I love Herman.
Yeah. A lot of people try to influence what you do musically, I'm sure, over the years.
Well, it's vicarious. It's vicarious. When you say party like a rock star, who do you think they're talking to?
You're talking to the rock star, you assholes.
When a girl says, fuck me like a rock star, who do you think she's talking about?
Diamond Dave? Not Michael Anthony?
Well, you could ask just about anybody in showbiz and otherwise, and politics, would you like to be Diamond Dave 1985 August? Go. And they'll answer, yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Are you kidding?
I just realized when Dave was sitting here party like a rock star and all this, I realized just this moment, there are no bands that sound like Van Halen. There never has been a band. Like when you listen to Oasis, they sound like the Beatles. When you listen to the Black Crowes, they sound a little like Zeppelin. There's never been a band where you go, it's kind of a Van Halen riff.
Who came close, you think, to sound like Van Halen?
Well, there's a variety of bands who had old school roots. We're a 70s band. We enjoyed our success in the 80s. But if you look back in the Stones, and the Zeppelins, etc., that's a combination of different neighborhoods. You follow? There's some downtown, there's some jazz, there's some Latino mixed in there, and that's what made up Van Halen. There's no magic to it at all. We had to play a lot of different neighborhoods. You had to play a biker neighborhood. That's Born to Be Wild. You're going to play south of the Harbor Freeway. That's going to be Santana, Change Your Evil Ways, And surf, well, they wanted Aerosmith. And you mix all of that, learn to work everything in the kitchen, and no matter what you want, kid, pick a noodle, choose a sauce. We're good.
They learned like 100.
That's a way of describing things, doesn't it?
They had to learn like 100 covers just to go up and down.
I know, he told us last time. Just amazing.
I wasn't here that time.
And you flipped the page. So what kind of music is it? I don't know. I wrote half of every song, and I'm not sure what is Jamie's Crying? What's Dance the Night Away? What is Jump? These are like hybrid.
Those are Van Halen songs.
Yeah, but when you look under the hood, you go, wow, Italian viscous coupling, but these tires, they're kind of faintly from another country, and you mix and match all that. That's what made all your favorite bands.
Have you heard a band that has come close to sounding like you? Like you'll hear, Jason, you hear bands that sound like Zeppelin.
That's what I just asked.
No, I know, but that's what
and
I'm
then I asked.
Why am I yelling at you?
I don't know. I'm paraphrasing you and quoting you and giving you full credit for it.
Everyone around you.
You're not. Okay.
We came from theory and orchestration. We went to professional music schools. We did, and then we took a left and kept on going. We completely downtowned it. So you got a balance there.
Because Eddie had quite a unique guitar sound, and you obviously vocally had a very unique vocal style. So to get that to happen again somewhere else.
Well, you would have to play the 5 45-minute sets a night. And I don't know where those clubs are. I know where there's occasional jam night.
I know where there's a great comedy club tonight, David. There's in Levittown.
Governors.
That's where I'm going to be. So you play the big rooms. I like to cobble them together 200 at a time.
Let me ask you a question, though. Can you do what you do like in a Madison Square Garden? We've seen comics, humorists go into giant arenas. I want to ask you as professionals, can you really pull that that off?
Jimmy and I, absolutely.
Yeah, but for me, like the whole 17,000 person thing would irritate me, so I'd prefer to do it with about 180, 200 people, which is my normal fucking sales. Yeah, just to kind of scatter them around the arena, let them enjoy the space.
David Lee Roth.
Can you play jazz in a giant place? I don't think so.
No, I don't think so.
There's too many levels. There's too many. You can't even. I think what we do, the best part, even for my kind of rock and roll with the brothers, is where you can see eyebrows and faces. Once you can't see eyebrows anymore, it starts to get impersonal. Just draw the line right there.
Quite a few gigs where you weren't seeing fucking people with that far eyebrows.
I can't believe David Lee Roth agreed to open for me at West Hampton Performing Arts Center Sunday.
That's really?
That's just incredible.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Wow.
Well, we're going to do.
I'm actually going to. If you call up and name David Lee Roth's first record he ever bought, because I know the answer.
Oh, you got a good memory for that, right?
Well, it's not every day David Lee Roth's in your fucking garage. No, don't give any hints, because you're going to call up for free tickets.
I'm singing it.
All right, or you can sing it.
Go ahead, I'll be the background music for the next few jokes.
Did you see the Phil Spector movie?
I did, in fact. Yeah.
How great was that?
It was kind of frightening, because that's a temptation. That's a place that and the last scenes of There Will Be Blood with Daniel Day-Lewis kind of takes place in the same kind of house, and I have one of those checkerboard hallways. It's hard to tell if that's a stairway to heaven or a stairway to somewhere really, really fun.
I like the Liberace movie so much. I'm not, no jokes.
Behind the Candelabra.
HBO at this point needs like their own Academy Awards. Like this is ridiculous.
That was really goddamn good.
Every show they have, like Game of Thrones and Girls and The Spectre.
Are you happy? I failed if you're not happy, Scott.
You know what? Everybody has been talking. Everybody's been talking about that particular show. Everybody has mentioned it.
Game of Thrones?
No.
I love Game of Thrones. David's talking about Game of Thrones.
What would you? No, he was talking about Liberace.
No, he said that show. Didn't you say that show?
No, I'm talking about the Liberace show. Everybody's mentioning that.
I love
you're right.
See, guys,
is there not an Academy Awards for what do you do?
Cable Ace Awards. Cable Ace. Golden Coulier won a couple.
Yeah, Dave Coulier.
Well, the stuff is smarter. You know, the best comedy, you can turn the sound off and you can't tell if it's drama or comedy.
Yeah.
You follow? And you'll start to see that on the HBOs and the Showtimes and stuff. So maybe a lot of times this stuff is a little more
Dave was with Tibetan mooks. Tibetan monks, and he was asking him questions about comedy. Like, he's a fan.
I told him deal with these Chinese.
No, I was sitting with 12 Buddhist monks, the real deal. They got the shaved heads and the robes and everything. I said, gentlemen, I don't think there's any laughter in heaven. And you could hear a pin drop,
Right.
And I was waiting, and just in case, they got upset, I was going to say, like Jewish heaven. But that's like Shakespeare or something, isn't it? There's no laughter until things go completely, really, really, really wrong, and then you got to laugh.
Yeah.
That's.
I agree.
Yeah,
But you don't see. But you're right to a certain degree. It's like a lot of very religious people. You don't see like monks laughing. Like, well, why wouldn't you guys have a ball once in a while? Like,
I've never seen Keanu Reeves laugh.
Is he a monk?
Might as well be. As much as he talks, as much as he actually speaks, he might as well be.
Are talking speaks in public or speaks in his flicks?
Both. Now he's just doing these independent movies where he walks around in his greasy hair.
Well, some folks maintain that the best acting, like how many syllables does Stallone use in his traditional flick? I've seen The Expendables, 5 times because it was the only English speaking in Japan. He goes, that's enough for me.
Bill Murray lost in translation. Didn't say a damn word. Just looked at the camera and you saw how sad he was. He was great.
I'm not kidding. I say with some mirth, but the best acting is the least amount of knees and elbows and syllables. Now you're paying attention to that guy, right?
Yeah.
Somebody like Eastwood, you're terrified by that. Well, that's still Stallone. But
get off my lawn, you pan face. That's the best comedy
It's all monosyllables, and you become. There's no flowery. There's no delivery system. It's just right there.
You didn't see the Liberace movie yet?
No, I haven't.
Love it. I give it an A+.
I think that he should win something for it. Matt Damon was amazing.
Is there any room for improvement in that movie?
No. None? I mean, the acting was tremendous. I would prefer a little more of the ass fucking.
Who saw Matt Damon coming? We knew he was a good actor. He was happening and stuff. He was doing with Affleck. And look at the two of them now. Boom! boom.
Yeah.
The roles they're doing and the producing and the directing and it's wham! I can't wait to the stuff from the next.
I love that it's a big FU and thumbing your nose at Hollywood because when they won their Oscar for like Good Will Hunting or whatever it was,
it was
Good Will Hunting screenwriter. Everybody was like, well, there's a sign of the apocalypse. These two guys won an Oscar. Like, turns out they're fucking great, Hollywood. He's such a good director, and Matt Damon's great.
Is there finally an Academy Award for production for producer yet?
Oh, no.
No, there's your answer.
That's your money guy.
Well, it's the money guy, but he's going to oversee, variety. I just made a 4-minute gangster flick. It's on the internet there. I did it with an all-Japanese cast and crew. We call it a spaghetti Eastern.
I gotta see that.
Oh, yeah. Holy shit. What's the name of it?
Yeah, let's watch it.
It's you can find it on iTunes, the Roth you can find it Roth clip, Roth film clip, etc. And it's called
the Rothcast too. You got a great podcast.
So we shot that. I started off with just a single storyline. I said, white guy walks into I don't know where, in Japan. There's 3 gangsters talking Japanese. They don't know he does. They're saying ugly things to him. He turns, and I use a single line from a kid's cartoon, Sailor Moon, that little girls dug in the 80s, and I use it as the death chit. I say, in the name of the sun and the moon and stars, I Christ you now, or I strike you now, and I shoot everybody in the room. I hired 40 cast and crew and folks from all lighting, film, camera, set design. They work on all the movies there, and I said, you fill in the rest. And it's a spaghetti Eastern. Oh yeah, and we spent 6 months. We spent 6 months doing it, and they're the ones who said, "Okay, you got to have an old lady sitting over here, and when that happens, this music happens, and then you have the blood spatter of the title."
Well, we got to see this.
So forth.
What's the name of it?
It's on our Facebook page right now, Opie and Anthony.
Yeah, and
can we find it on the inner tube?
It's what's it called?
Why don't we all look at MSNBC at the same time to find out what Dave's movie was? The whole room went, "Is that Morning Joe? Is that it?"
You could somebody dig it up, and then we'll just say the address. Whatever.
No, he's coming in to get it for you.
Okay.
But
we got to at least see your line.
That's what a producer does. That's is you got to keep everybody moving north and motivating all the ideas so that when somebody says, "Oh, what if you have this kind of music here? Oh, what if you put a horse in the background there?" That's what a producer is going to yay or nay after the director does. And there's some great producers out there without whom we wouldn't have great movies, yo. Bruckheimer, Simpson Bruckheimer team was great.
Who did I sit behind once at a premiere? Erwin Winkler. Who I think produced Raging Bull, and I guess producers don't get enough of the credit in the public, but they certainly do in Hollywood, though.
Who put the team together? A lot of guys, where would the ball teams be if somebody wasn't there, collecting everybody and, putting them together? Have you found it? You know where we are? There you go.
Tokyo Story?
Yeah. Lee Roth, can I see, please? You're not home watching TV.
It's, don't mind the pay no mind list.
Make it bigger, Lee Roth, please. What is it, your fucking iPad?
I like the music.
This is Kanishki. He's the most famous sumo wrestler ever.
Nothing's better on radio than video.
But that sound, that is very spaghetti western. That's a very spaghetti western sound. And
I come walking into where everybody convenes. This is kind of like the 10th Street Baths. This is where everybody plays their cards. This is where all the gangsters hang out. It's like the Russians in whatever movie.
Is this the place you go to, actually, or no?
Dave's a regular. No. He's a regular there. The lady knows. You're here earlier than usual.
She's in a million
Japanese.
She's in a million
She said you're here earlier than usual, right? Is that what you said?
I had no idea what I look like acting.
Dave, you're looking badass.
Yes. Everybody who thinks they can act, I thought, let's actually see what it looks like on film here, without me actually smiling once, and without being the Diamond Dave.
I know.
Are these guys well-known actors in Japan?
That's the most famous sumo wrestler in history.
Yeah, I've seen that guy before.
Kanishki.
Yes, I've seen that guy.
Oh, you can Google him. And, he's a friend from Tokyo.
I keep waiting for Dave to look at the camera and go,
somebody posted Hummel Babel dead. And
now they're shit talking you.
I did my 4-minute gangster flick.
Piece of cake, right?
Yep.
Wow, these guys are really talking
the gangsters.
Shit
you can tell from all the ink and everything, and you can see that this is full of clues. Like the full moon is registered behind my head, and there's a tattoo on it. It's the first scene of a movie we wrote. And the character that's in a
fuck off in Japanese, right? I speak Japanese,
and I play
I'm reading it.
An assassin. My character's name is Brother Teresa.
Oh,
and,
that's interesting.
Yeah, and the gangster's name, Big Kurashiki, his name is Peach. And this is just the first scene. I could only afford the first 4 minutes. So
it looks great.
It looks amazing.
So this is kind of like if you want this to be made into a full film.
This is like what Billy Bob did with the Sling Blade.
Right,
you know?
you should make it into a short. And then
everybody who shot this works on all the movies all around Asia. They shoot all the Red Bull and the coffee ads and everything.
Yeah.
Most of these guys worked on Lost in Translation, and they've never had somebody actually set up a framework and say, go. As artist to artist, this doesn't have to sell anything. It doesn't have to attract any subscribers. It doesn't have to please any censors. Just as a team, all 40 of us, create this using this framework, and I'll sponsor it. I'll produce and pay for it.
But it's well shot. Dave, you're the coolest guy I've
took us
ever.
About 6 months to pull this together.
Really? You should like start a band or something. You're just a cool, like you know what it is? What's the word? Frontman. You're like a frontman.
Yeah. And this is international now. It's just getting attention all over.
Drinking milk out of the carton. Obviously, he's a gangster.
Oh,
that's a tradition. That strawberry drink is a kind of a drink that's been drinking over there since the early 50s. You follow?
Dave's got the
and it's unexpected.
Body on Diamond Dave.
And the quote I'm about to give comes from a little kid's cartoon. It's the same as quoting Popeye before you pull the trigger, which they found horrifying and delightful in Japan.
Yeah,
so, if
you're drinking his milk with a gun to his head.
Yeah. And that's my audition reel. We're launching my film career here today.
That is, you know what?
It's great.
I'm not seeing anything where I'm taken out of this. This is like...
It's a real film.
You're not lactose intolerant, I hope.
Very compelling.
And I say it with the perfect accent.
Whatever.
And you have the obvious ending without hearing the gunshots.
Right.
And there the bodies are left in a red wipe. And then the walk-up with Japanese credits that nobody can read. Not even me.
That says...
Is that a real tattoo?
Yeah. I got that finished when... well, we're not quite finished, but... that's the real deal.
Wow. You got that on your back right now?
I got about 150 hours in there of the real deal with the hand poking and everything.
His entire back, yeah.
That is amazing. Holy shit.
Oh, my God.
That is
take off your pants.
amazing work.
Wait, let me see that.
Dave, that's amazing.
Jesus Christ.
And you had all that done in Japan?
Yeah. And that's
Riverside.
Wow.
Hand poking and whatever.
I know a guy.
That's pretty goddamn cool, man.
Diamond Dave in the house with the flip phone. I like that. Prepaid.
I used it as
holy shit.
Like campfire. You know, when you get around and to pass the news of the day, try out my language lesson that day. I went to school 2 hours a day for language, and here's my latest stuff, and what are you seeing on the tube, and and planning and stuff. So it's not just getting the ink. It's a 1,000-year-old newspaper. So what's up today? Hey,
every experience you can have over there, I guess, educates you to everything, the culture, the language.
Oh yeah, you bet.
Yeah.
But you don't have any other tattoos, just one giant piece on your back.
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
So
pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I like the way that was fucking shot, man. It reminded me certain moments like the way John Woo's shoot. You ever watch John Woo's stuff?
Of course.
And I love that type of. That's like a really an Asian way of shooting. For some reason, they don't shoot that way in America, and I love the way that stuff is done. Like
I was the only. This is the follow-up to Dave's movie. It's a Chinese circus, a bear and a monkey on bikes. The bear eats the monkey.
The bear eats the monkey, Jay. It's not very nice.
No.
No.
But it's a film crew that I was the only outsider gaijing face that was on there, and good time to motivate people. They had never had somebody say, "If you got a good idea, I'll pay for it." That's what a producer does. And everybody would go, "Oh, the music goes here, but not that kind of instrument." And then don't hear the gunshots. That's not traditional. Right. Skip the gunshots and show the drip. Oh, okay, all right. And it just made sense to me. And I was just kind of wander from department to department going, how about a little more of that? That was good. Can you turn that up louder? And,
how cool. Dave has an apartment in Japan. Like, it's where he lives most of the time. You're the coolest guy.
I just finished a year overseas, and I'm dying. I'm done, and I'm back here for American culture. Pizza, Comedy Cellar, and striptease.
Are you guys going back on the road, or are you just hanging now?
In about 3 days, I'm meeting the fellas in Nagoya, and we're doing the Japan tour. We got about 40,000 of our closest friends. And
you just said you came back from there
yesterday afternoon.
And now you're going back.
Sure. You know, well, come on. For most folks, a 10 or 12-hour airplane flight, that's a little unforgiving. We do 10 and 12-hour bus rides every night out on the road, you follow? And people say, but you can walk around now. Nobody walks on a bus. You get out of the bunk, you fight your way like Das Boot up to where you always sit. You know, wait for the burrito to microwave and change the cable, and that's all you do. So, you know, flying, you know, on a 12-hour flight to Japan, frankly, the food's a little better on the airplane.
Yeah. And I'm sure, you know, you get the lay-down seat.
Which band is this you're going out with?
Van Halen. We're playing
Van Halen?
Yeah, it's, you know, Eddie Halen, the guys.
Heard of them, Jay?
Up-and-coming guys?
And
there you go.
We're doing Tokyo, Osaka, and Nagoya. We put this off. Ed was ill last season, so this is the delayed routine. And,
is that with Wolfgang on bass?
Yep, that is.
And
they miss Michael Anthony, though, huh?
Don't go there.
Okay, sorry.
And people know you.
Hey, I wasn't, you know, I'm not asking you to throw a guy. I apologize.
No, Wolf plays a great place, and he's got a great voice that's really coming along strong. As far as my old team, you're always going to have the original's going to be best. That's who I got 10,000 hours with. You know, the 10,000 hour rule. None of us were really that good until we passed that 10,000 hour mark. Even Bobby Fischer, as a chess prodigy, had to do his 10 before he was able to really bring it to the Russians.
But at least he ended his life with dignity. Jesus.
How did he die?
Bobby, he died, I think, of cancer, but, you know, I love, he's one of my favorite people
he turned
ever.
really crazy.
But he was just such a psychotic anti-Semite.
Yep.
But he was a Jew. He was a full-blood Jewish guy, his mother, father, and just, he went out, you know, he 9/11, the fucking Jews! Like, he was like that angry. You hear the phone call he made on 9/11?
He started to sound like homeless or whatever.
Yeah.
You know.
But that type of genius comes with a price, and that's what it was. He was so brilliant.
You'll never have to worry about that.
Not at all. I like everyone. Do you play?
Chess is its all. I took chess lessons from probably half a dozen different teachers, and you know what? I don't play a good game of chess, but I use it in real life constantly. I think 10 moves ahead. I had a great teacher, Mr. Gufeld from he was the Soviet Socialist Republic coach from all of the 70s, and Edward Gufeld, and he would say, "Chess is gymnastic for brain," and he would and he taught with his forearm. If I made a mistake, bam! He'd knock all the pieces off. He'd go, "Okay, Mr. Genius, now we try a memory to perfect again." And
wow,
that
an asshole.
Well, actually, all right. Now wait, I'm going to translate this a little different. Anybody who cares enough to get that excited around me, I'm interested in, because we make a living around people who are so blasé and full of savvy, and our agents and managers who've seen it all. And it's a good idea, guys, and whatever. Somebody gets excited enough to go, no! Oh, I'm interested in that kind of energy, especially if it's channeled my way.
Bobby Fischer
I
lost
miss
a
him.
huge
I miss him to
match.
death.
When he's playing the Russians, some kid was just tapping his chess piece.
Drove him nuts.
On the side of the board. But it took him 2 days to realize he was playing out of his speed. He sped up. The kid sped him up. He just had a pawn, holding a pawn, and as he was thinking, he would just go like this. And then Bobby Fischer was getting his teeth kicked in, and then I think it wound up in a draw because once he figured it out, he tuned it out. But the mind games those guys play are other levels.
In Russia, if you won, you got to go spend 2 weeks in Cuba. And that's where he would train, okay? If you lost, you went the other way. Siberia, or this kind of a thing.
Well, he accused those guys of cheating, too. He said that the Russians would manipulate and lose games to each other to position certain guys to play certain guy. He probably wasn't
like bicycle racing.
Yeah, that happens in NASCAR, too.
It's like in bicycle racing. Don't they decide, okay, the guys who aren't the number one runner will lead the way until so-and-so can lunge forward or something?
Yeah. They use a team mentality
for national pride, because for the Soviets it was the important thing for the Russians to win, not for Kasparov or for
individuals.
Kramnik,
it's for the friggin'
Are we surprised?
empire.
Is there any sport that doesn't have cheating in it? Is there any sport that doesn't have steroids and blood doping? And
really. I like the cheating. I like the steroids.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying.
Well, also, I
like it.
I'd like to position a thought here that if you're going to get involved, as long as the other guy's using steroids, I don't care.
It brings it all up to relative. It's all relative there.
When you were a kid playing wiffle ball in the driveway, every once in a while you put a little pebble in the wiffle ball. You only get to throw that knuckleball once because the guy fouls it off. The ball, the little pebble flies out, and you're like, whoa! I don't even know if I can throw that one again. That was weird.
Baseball is nothing but cheating. The curveball.
Yeah.
Stealing home. It's all larceny.
Stealing. Yeah, that's right. I mean, there's a play in baseball called Stealing.
Yeah. Somebody wrote once that the first time monkeys really exhibited human-like intelligence is when one lied to the other and tricked them for the first time.
Really?
Oh, that was the big break point in human intellect. Monkeys developed from that point. The first time a monkey lied to the other and tricked them intentionally, they said, "Okay, now we can see humans happening.
It was a
this
couple.
can happen."
I know it was a couple, and the male monkey slid back and he pulled the condom off and then put his dick back in. She had no idea. He did it.
You said, "No, honey, that is your impression on a pillow."
And then the female monkey said, "It's your monkey."
And it's monkey time.
Yes, my man. First record he ever bought.
Monkey time. Major
Lance, right? Okay.
Major Lance, the monkey time.
Can we play that, E-Rock? We got that?
I had a guy tweet me after he listened to you on my podcast.
Monkey time, Major Lance.
He went to Baskin Robbins with his kids minutes after finishing the podcast, and that was playing. And he said he wanted to look at everybody.
There's a place
David Lee Roth,
across
this is the first record I ever bought.
whenever you're ready. This has roots. You'll hear Bruce Springsteen in the song. If you played a song, you'll go, "Oh, Springsteen has his feet both planted in that kind of music."
No kidding.
There's a place right across town whenever you're ready. Boom. Well, I can keep going.
Keep going.
I'm like,
David Lee Roth singing in our studio.
Monkey time.
This is monkey time.
It's like,
You remember that?
I've never heard that.
Once you play it, you'll kind of hear a little bit of it. Monkey time.
Major Lance and monkey time.
Major Lance monkey time. It's 1960s New York City style rock. It's East Coast, and it's got like the Glock in the background. That ping, ding, bing, bing.
Well, he looks for it. Look.
Here we go. Turn it up.
Turn it up. Turn it up.
Woo! I'm not saying a word. This is too cool.
I don't know how it started. That's where you sing to each other on the dance floor.
Was this remade by anybody?
Oh, I don't know. Well, see, what's happening is...
It sounds like a lot of songs you've heard, right?
And that's why I say Bruce, because I grew up around it, too, and it's in the music. It's like Curry downtown. Yeah. It's in everything.
Right.
And you hear that. It's happy, and it's good dancing.
Yeah.
It's got brass.
First record he ever bought.
Monkey time.
There's another version in here. But...
All right, let me hear that version.
Shut up. Leave him alone.
What are you doing?
I want to hear the other version.
He's in the middle of singing.
And you want to put something else on?
I want to hear the other version.
You guys like Chumbawamba?
I'll take full responsibility.
Here's happy birthday
Somebody
to you.
with a syllable name. Kajagugu.
Yeah.
Too shy.
100 haircuts. Haircut 100.
He also had another song that was... when you've seen songs, where you got 12-year-old guys, walking down the tracks singing, purple bikini, polka dot bikini and stuff. These songs were, to me, that way. You would learn where the part is. You sing to each other and so forth. And Major Lance, 1961. That was the first single that I got. I had to rake the lawn for almost 5 days in a row, and that's how I earned the cash for it. And I went and bought this.
By the single?
It was $1.05.
45.
Did you listen to it more than once in a row?
I listened to it 7,000 times in a row. And now, if somebody says to me, "Dave, can you give me any advice as a new young artist, musician, painter, drama?" Absolutely. At any given time, have a song that you're listening to over and over again, like 30 times a day, but just something like this that's feel good, whatever. And you'll get tired of it in 3 weeks, replace it with another song. When you get to my age, you put that song on, you go right back. Oh, man, this is when I was on Opie and Anthony. This is when I was, and Jay was there.
Nice.
And I was wearing that T-shirt, and like that was my favorite T-shirt. How did that go? How can
bring
you
you
lose
right
a T-shirt?
back.
And you will go right back. And I have dozens and dozens and dozens of songs like that. And I carry the song. It's in the deck down below. It doesn't have to be any kind of certain song. It can be pop, can be dance, groove, country, blues, old, new. And just listen to that one song over and over. And you put it in, you go, oh, that was the summer in Tokyo. Oh! And you go right back. No movie, no book, no play can take you like that. You follow?
Yeah,
Only music can do that
when you hear
for
a song, sometimes there's a visceral feeling.
Yeah.
Not only a memory, it's like you get a weird feeling like you
reliving
did when you were there.
Completely reliving that time.
And if you're doing it during the summer, like the summer coming up, like I dig the humidity and the heat, and you can feel their skin starts to do like that, It's like when somebody goes, "How about some pizza?" and your mouth starts to water. It's just that, whatever that response is, kicks in. And when I hear that song, Major Lance, I know exactly, oh, that skateboard we built. And yeah, we had to make it out of roller skates. You had to saw a roller skate in half and use the clay wheels, and you had to use 2 halves of the roller skate on a piece of 4x4, and that's what Major Lance is to me.
That's
Let me ask you
Marty McFly.
Can I ask you a Van Halen
Skateboard.
question?
Sure.
I'm
Of course.
my favorite band. When you guys do like Intruder and do any instrumental like that, it seems incongruous to the whole album. Like when you have just these monster songs, and then it's only like a minute and a half of just an instrumental. I think the casual fan goes, why'd they stick that in there? It's weird. Is it music that just there aren't words to yet? And you go, well, fuck it, we're not even going to try doing the words. Apparently, it's an instrumental, and it must go on Diver Down. It's too good to leave out.
A lot of it comes from the club days. It's a good point, Jay. A lot of it comes from the club days when we would have to play 5 45-minute sets. We learned about that from reading about the Beatles and the Stones and every good rock band who ever played.
So you learned to stretch.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
we understand that.
The first solo would be just like the record.
Right.
The second solo would be an Eddie solo, and then you would have to have intros to do a lot like what we do here. You know, hey, don't forget we're going to be here tomorrow night. If you had a great time, tell a friend. If you've had a shitty time, tell an enemy, because we're still going to be back here tomorrow. And the ladies' dance contest on Wednesday. Don't forget that. And I'd be doing my stuff, and you'd need to have something going on. You know, set up a groove. Al, hit a groove, and the guys would play along, and it starts to become actually part of the music. It's not just an add-on. You follow? And we got so used to doing that for, well, you know, like the middle part of You Really Got Me, you know, you're making the noises and carrying on, and it's
Intruder, certainly, but like Cathedral is like a completely different sound entirely. It's almost Radiohead-ish before its time.
Well, we had a mix and match taste in music. We weren't just one neighborhood, I call it. Heavy metal is one neighborhood. You know, we were thunder funk. We were also playing songs like Kool and the Gang and Get Down Tonight and stuff in the beer bars, and learn how to work the vocals, because we didn't have keyboards and so forth. So you would mix ZZ Top with you know, Ohio Players in the same set, you know, and have to go from one song to the other without giving a break, because you don't want to clear the dance floor and piss off the guy at the bar, because then his beer sales dwindle.
Not to be a dog with a chew toy here, but are there songs with lyrics that are on the cutting room floor that you go, well, maybe we should have put that in instead of Cathedral?
Most of those songs are on this most recent album, Different Kind of Truth. We had a group of tunes that didn't get quite fleshed out, and especially lyrical. I'll be the first one to say, you know,
it's your fault, Dave.
It is my fault.
Slowing everything down.
Well, you know, when you first start off like anything else, it's all devils and fire, and you know, let's sleep with another day. Let's sleep with 2 now.
Yeah.
Hey, let's get those bunk beds apart. How about 3? Hot lava. Yes. And then you start to figure out the 6 or 8 bad habits you're really good at, and then you focus lyrically. You mature.
You're the best. You're
Well done, sir.
Yeah.
He's fucking
like
rocks.
a good bottle of scotch, you know. I like it to be at least 18. It's fine if it looks 12. I don't care.
This sounds like Anthony.
It's got to be 18 or more.
We got to take a break because we got a lot of live reads today, David Lee Roth.
Please,
you're sticking around, right?
Sure.
All right, good.
Yeah.
And we just been informed. Did we say it on the air? Doc Gooden's coming in today.
At like 9:30 or 9:40, yeah. He's going to step in.
He's downstairs already. Fuck.
Okay, good. Let's pee, and then we'll do a break.
Who's Doc Gooden?
I don't know. Some guy.
What's he a doctor of?
Jay Mohr, governors tonight and tomorrow.
Doctor of high heat.
Doc Gooden gonna be coming into the room talking about baseball.
Let me tell you something, Anthony. Doc Gooden, you tell me that when they're up 3 games tonight, they give it away. I can't believe it. He's in the ring.
All right, we got Jay Mohr in studio playing Governors in Levittown. We got David Lee Roth in studio. We had Ethan Hawke in studio.
3 out of 5 falls.
And now the great Doc Gooden has just entered the studio. My God.
Like Gooden.
Wow.
Very cool.
We didn't know this was happening today. This is great. How are you, man?
Is there an occasion? What's the occasion?
That's a good question.
Is there a specific occasion? Is your book?
It's
Is it
this.
brand new?
Yeah,
It's a memoir.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, memoirs, huh?
Yes,
That's
sir.
of quite the career.
Are they good memories or bad memories, or are they saleable?
Oh, there's a little bit of everything in there. It's the good memories, the bad memories, the not so good memories. What was going on in my head during the times of the good memories and the bad memories.
Yeah.
You start the book with a chilling, it's like really sad and frustrating story about the World Series, the parade, and the when you missed that. It's fucking heartbreaking. Even though I knew how it ended, I kept hoping like just go. You're watching this frustrating, drug addicted.
Yeah, but nevertheless, somebody once said, if somebody made a movie of your life, would a lot of people go to see it? And it sounds like a lot of people would, and that's a success story.
That's a story that I'm still alive to tell the story is amazing.
Hello.
You know.
Right.
Which is Yiddish for yo. Come on.
Definitely, because like you mentioned, missing a parade that night was like supposed to be the happiest day of my baseball career. Turned out to be the saddest day of my baseball career. You know, you end up in a project, you're doing drugs and drinking with strangers you don't even know, and you know, you're watching the parade on TV.
That was me.
You know, so,
that was you.
That was me. And the thing about it, you don't get to redo that.
Right. That's a one-off, man. If you miss it, that's a big one.
But talking about the people that you were getting high with, and how, like, you know, you start off the night loving these people, and it's fun, and it's camaraderie, and then by the end of the night, you're just like, I want to just get the fuck out of here. The sun is coming. Like, knowing that you're about to miss it, and it happens anyway.
Oh, it's just the worst experience you could ever imagine in your life. Because, like you said, the idea was to go there, do a little bit, and get out of there and go finish, celebrate with my teammates. Obviously, I got there, and it never ends that way. Not for me anyway, with cocaine. Normally, when I go on a bench with that, it's a 3-day thing, and that's just the way it is. And cocaine's a tricky drug.
Wow.
You know?
Oh, in my rock band, getting loaded wasn't like an episode thing. It was a seasonal thing. It's like okay, it's summertime. Let's get loaded.
Right. Oh, yeah, it's Tuesday. Let's get loaded.
Yeah.
Right.
No, I mean all summer.
The whole summer.
All summer, I guess.
Were you a drug guy, David Lee Roth?
No, I'm a beer and pot guy.
That's what I thought.
I'm an outdoor kind of, I got lucky. My bad habits are more like 2 chicks in a toaster oven, but that's, please continue.
Stayed away from the white stuff, huh?
How old
Oh, no, I did everything. I sampled everything. I tried everything, but I just snuck out from under it because I was going to also be a samurai warrior, and I had to be in the gym, but that's the only reason. I didn't have any self-control for about 20 years.
Were they piss testing back then in baseball? Because it's amazing to me that you were able to do all that coke and still play and not get kicked out.
Well, it was a situation where normally they can't test you unless you've been through a program or you tested positive before or got in trouble or something like that. Up until the time where the Mets decided to test me in the spring training in 1987, I hadn't been in any trouble for it. There's a lot of there's a pattern there that could have led to that they could have saw what was going on. So actually, in spring training '87, it got to the point where obviously you missed the parade after the '86 season, get into a scuffle with the cops after the '86 season, you get to spring training, showing up late. They knew something went wrong, and one day they called me in and said, "We'd like to test you." Me not knowing the whole thing, all I knew is I enjoyed doing cocaine, not knowing how long it stayed in the system, not knowing that I had my rights that I could have refused to test. So I figured I hadn't done nothing in the day, go ahead and test me. And by doing that, it was a good thing and a bad thing. Obviously, the test came back positive. At that point, they said, we need you to go to rehab and we'll continue to pay your salary. Or if you choose not to go to rehab, we're going to suspend you without pay. So even though I still was in denial, didn't think I had a problem, I decided I'll go to rehab, I'll count the days down, 30 days till I'm done, and I still get my pay. So obviously I went to the rehab to Smithers, which is a great program, but I didn't try to get anything out of it because I still think I had a problem.
Who even knew what rehab was in those days? That was something you sent Uncle Bob to when he was up to a court or whatever. People still thought cocaine wasn't addictive, that was rock star stuff to do, and you a lot of times you'd sign up to go into showbiz so you could do that. We decided we were going to break all the records, those included. We were going to make Elvis look like a beginner. I was going to make Keith Richards look like a freaking Boy Scout, So these days the perspective on it is very different. The reality entered into the picture, of course.
But it's totally different now, and obviously, like you said, you think it's not, addictive or whatever, and then plus the danger of it now, you don't know what's in this stuff you're taking.
Oh, man. Yeah.
What was the first sign? Because you said that you talked about when you missed the parade, but before that, the Mets there had been rumors about your drug use. And what was the first sign, or what first tipped them off to ugh?
Who are you looking at, Jim?
I think what tipped them off was, hanging out at different party spots in the city where, basically drugs are known to be at, and hanging out at those places. So obviously, Major League Baseball called myself in and questioned me as well as Daryl about, using drugs. And of course you deny it.
Sure.
No, it's not me. And of course Daryl said, no, it's Doc. But that happens. But, at that time, obviously I was using. And, at that point, I refused to be tested by Major League Baseball.
Where do you think this came from? Because, anybody looking in from the outside, you're at the top of your game. I mean, you're a star. World Series. I mean, where do you think that came from?
Well, I can tell you exactly where it came from. It came from all the pressure, all the expectations, not only from the media, but then the expectations I started putting on myself. For example, like 84, my rookie year when I came into the league at 19 years old, it really wasn't much expectations to after the All-Star break. Then expectations came, and then I have my career year in 1985. So 86, everything I did was compared to 85. For example,
86 was a good year.
Yeah, 86
that was a great year.
It was 3 months shorter than most years because it was up all night, though.
Yes, yep, got you. So now, like if I won a game against, say, like Fernando Valenzuela or Hershiser, if I won 2-0. Complete game shutout, but I only had 4 strikeouts. The first question would be, what happened? You only had 4 strikeouts.
Oh, wow.
So the next start, I'm going out trying to get 10 strikeouts, trying to pitch a complete game, trying to pitch a shutout. And just all expectations, just trying to live up to that. And what I started doing is medicating myself, with drugs and alcohol.
So you listen to the critics. It's athletes I know get, entertainers get critics and stuff, and athletes get killed on the back page. That would affect you, what they were saying about you?
Oh, 100%. I think most players, maybe it's a 2% maybe don't affect, but myself, obviously, unfortunately, being a people pleaser as well, I pay attention to the papers, pay attention to what's being said, and anything you see, it affected me because now I got to go out, I got to do better, and it took away the fun of the game.
And you would, it was nice to read too. You talked about your father a lot, and what an influence he was, and you were the first boy in the family, so he became obsessed with just you and baseball. And you would call him after every game and kind of share that with him.
Yeah, definitely. My dad is the one that really taught me the game. I remember as a kid sitting there watching the games on TV with him. Back then, there wasn't all the baseball networks. You just got the game a week on Saturday. Then we'll have a game on the radio, whatever the team was, local, close by at that time, and watch the games. And he taught me the game. So once I made it, after every game, we had this deal where he had a big satellite dish back then. After the game was over, before I even talked to the media, I'll call my dad. We'll talk about baseball and go over the game, what I could have done differently. Even if I pitched a shot, he'll find something that could have been done differently just to kind of keep me humble.
Would that bother you if he criticized it, or would you actually look for his advice and counsel on what you did wrong?
I always look for it. It didn't really bother me because what it's doing is trying to, even during the 85 season, he was just trying to give me something to work on between starts where you don't just settle for having a good game.
Did he know you were in trouble with drugs at that point?
What's funny is, like I talked about a lot in the book, where in 87 when I tested positive, I had to come home and tell my parents that, I got to go to rehab. My mom, she always knew something wasn't right. I think my dad kind of looked the other way a little bit, and plus my dad, he had his drinking problem as well. So when I told him, I failed the drug test, I go to rehab, my mom basically said, well, that's great, you can get the help you need, where my dad just kind of dropped his head and never said a word.
Wow. He doesn't want the spotlight at that point in time. If he's got an issue, then, a little bit of your spotlight of that issue would get towards him. Yeah. I had too many temptations. It was started off as, Jesus, the longer I stay up, the more girls we can sleep with, and the more guys we can go jam blues with, and then we can just stay up all the way until we're into the next city. And we could do that for 3 days in a row. You follow? That's why we started drinking Jack Daniels.
But the press looks at a rock band and goes, differently. Cool, that's cool.
The press
you're
supported.
Looks at a baseball player.
It's completely different world.
And is like, what are you doing? Yeah, you're
I don't think he could have been swigging Jack Daniels.
Right.
Yeah. In my department, in my department, people get upset if you didn't party.
That's what I'm saying.
Actually, I kind of like. I'm thinking about doing the marathon. They go, whoa, what happened to 5 in the morning, Dave?
The Mets PR
that has its own pressure on you as well.
The Mets PR wouldn't be thrilled. Doc fucked 2 girls. Get a picture out quick.
Oh, God.
It's rock stars and athletes, I think, have different expectations.
A little bit.
Yeah, totally different game, but
you also told
definitely have a lot of respect for what you guys do.
Oh, God.
You told a great story, too, in the book about your dad being shot by or shot at by your mom. So you grew up in a very interesting house.
Yeah, it's very interesting. And as a kid, you know, unfortunately, and I'm sick it may sound, but just thought those were normal things that took place in every family.
Yeah.
Well, they kind of are.
So
depending on what point of the map you're pointing at, it's not so unusual. There are a lot of neighborhoods that is common life and so forth. You know, please. You can...
Yeah. So when that happened, actually, my dad was having an affair, and a lot of times he'll tell my mom that I want to go get some cookies and juice or whatever. But what he would do is ask me, "You want to go to the store?" Which any kid would say, "Yes, I want to go to the store." Mm-hmm. So I'll go to the store. We'll get the cookies and juice, and then we'll go to his girlfriend's house. Her oldest daughter would come outside in the car and kind of babysit me while he's in there taking care of his business. And somehow my mom found out what was going on. And this one particular day, she followed him to the house. And when him and the woman was coming out, she actually, shot at him and the woman. She actually hit him in the shoulder. And she always told me the story where she was upset that she didn't get the woman as well.
Wow. Wow.
I mean, my mom was the sweetest lady, but also she could be the toughest lady.
Oh, man, a woman scorned.
We got a question from the guy in the corner.
Hey, Doc.
Jay Mohr.
I'm in hard. It's ironic to me, like, when you get high as an athlete, I don't think you guys are aware of the high you provide us on a daily basis. I was at your no-hitter at Yankee Stadium. It was just a Tuesday. That's all I remember. What most about your no-hitter, it was just a Tuesday. And that's a no-hitter. It's the craziest thing you could ever be a part of, because the Super Bowl, the World Series, the All-Star Game, you bring all your hype with you. A no-hitter, it's fucking Tuesday. And your friend goes, "Do you want to come?" You're like, all right, you know what, I'll go. And then by the 7th inning, you can't breathe. And then you threw like 190 pitches in that game. You walked 8. It was the Mariners. And it was like Paul Sorrento, Jay Buhner.
Listen to that memory, huh?
Ken Griffey Jr. Like the last 5 guys you faced, it was like, oh my God. In the 7th inning, is he going to come out for the 8th? 8th inning, now he's got to come out for the 9th. Yeah. That was probably athletic viewing. At second place being Larry Johnson hitting the 3 in the Garden against the Pacers. Your no-hitter was like... That was the biggest high for me in the world. So it's just ironic that so many athletes fall into the traps of drugs, but I guess that's what we're all doing. We're just chasing the dragon every time we go to the stadium.
At the end of a game like that, you feel as tired as the guy actually playing.
Yeah.
A game like that, yeah.
Were you high on the air? On the mound?
No, I never used
before the game or during the game or anything.
That's self-control right there.
But it was already premeditated after the game.
What about Daryl? Did he use during the game?
After the game was, I was going to use either to celebrate or I was going to lose. I mean, use because I was pissed because I lost.
Right.
Whereas Daryl, I'm not sure. I'm not sure what he did.
Is
that the breakfast of champions that you're eating?
Yes. Thanks for pointing it out there, David Lee Roth. Trying to finally eat breakfast.
Hey, Dom,
multi-grain Cheerios if you need to know.
In the Bad Guys One, there's been a bunch of Mets books about that era, and it seemed like, and I'm not asking you to air your guy out or throw your guy under the bus under any situation.
But in case you do,
you can only speak for yourself. I know that. But it seemed like once the tests started coming back, there seemed to be this sort of like, oh, you got to talk to Daryl, or Daryl would say, oh, you got to talk to Doc. This sort of like running back and forth, like it wasn't me, it was him, it wasn't him, it was me. Was that the media making that up, or was it like, I'm going to get suspended, I better...
Well, no, not at all. For me, when anytime the rumors came around with me, they would ask me, or even after when I failed my test in '87, the Mets in Major League Baseball to know was, who is you using with? What's your teammates? You better tell us. If you don't tell us, this is what's going to happen. And I just said, well, and the truth was, I only basically used it by myself. I mean, me and Daryl used together occasionally, like say in '86, but outside of 1 or 2 times, that was it. Obviously, he's been public with his troubles. I've been public with mine, but we never really partied together.
Are you sober now? Are things good now?
Yeah, 2.5 years.
Cool.
Yeah,
so everything's going well.
I like that.
Really
Let's
great.
do it.
Thank you.
I got 32 days
meeting
clean
right
and
now.
sober. Not in a row.
This is a start.
Of course, not in a row.
Since January. Since January.
That's got to be weird to be at a meeting and Doc Gooden sitting across from you sharing. I'm like, I had a rough day. My barbecue didn't fire up. And you're like, well, when I won my World Series ring. You're like, wait a minute. Is this the 3 o'clock Mohr Park meeting? Well, where are we?
Yeah.
There is a 3 o'clock Mohr Park meeting. Huh?
I know. Yeah.
That's right.
And a 1 o'clock.
It's amazing you say that, though. But, anytime I'm in the meetings, you know that obviously everybody's in there from different walks of life.
Yeah.
But we're all there for the same common goal.
That's right.
And that's the main, help each other stay clean and sober just for that day. And
it is.
Tomorrow do the same thing.
It is an amazing, we'll just say, a program that it really is when you walk in. nobody gives a shit. We're all just trying to keep our lives together. It's pretty cool, yeah.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
What's good about the book, too, is, and listening to you talk, we were talking about when people write something in the book, Dave and I were talking about how they don't want to talk about it on the air, and you're brutally honest. It's great. Like, that really makes people want to read a book, is like, you're not coming in going, well, I don't know, God. You're like, just fucking, this is everything that happened. Here it is. And that's what I wish everybody would do when they put out a book and they talk about their life. It's brutally honest.
Hey, if I don't see myself reflected in your eyes, I'm going to get out within 30 seconds of your story. You follow? And the stuff that attracts me most to people's stories and people's backgrounds are the flaws, the cracks in the woodwork, the fractures. Your favorite jeans are the ones that are most fucked up with the holes in the knees and the old boots that aren't polished. And that's the most interesting thing about each other as human beings.
As long as there's no hole in the back of the jeans, because you know what that means.
But that you mentioned that, for me, what kept me sick for so long is like, your sick is your secrets. And for a long time, like you mentioned, I would tell half the story. I wasn't comfortable telling the whole story. It took a while for me to admit that I have a disease. It took a long time to admit that I'm an addict. I'm an alcoholic. Those words, when I said it, I kind of stumbled over them because I was still in denial. And to me, it was like, that means you're weak. So I finally got to a point that, hey, I'm dying thinking I got this stuff under control. Because, I've been to prisons, I've been to jails, I've been to rehabs. So the only thing left for me is the cemetery if I choose to go back out there. So it was just a time in my life where I was just tired of living that lifestyle. And when you surrender, you have to surrender everything. Because I was trying to hold on to the lifestyle without the alcohol and drugs, but it doesn't work that way. So I had to come clean and just this is what happened. Like you say, this is not who I am today, but these things that I went through, and I can go right back to that if I was to choose to pick up or take that one drink.
And how long were you in jail for? I mean, we all remember when you went, and it's weird to see such an iconic figure go. You're like, oh my fucking God, that is what happens. Like when you keep going.
Oh, it was a horrible time. I was in jail prison actually, for 10.5 months. It's tough to go to prison at any time in your life, but to go in at 40 for the first time was horrible, especially when you have little kids. And daughters especially, where if something happens, there's nothing you can do.
Wow, yeah.
You only get a 15-minute phone call per day, and if you miss that time, Big Bubba ain't gonna give up his time.
Right.
You're done. That's just the way it is.
How did they treat you in jail? Was it because you are who you are? Was that good or bad?
It was a little bit of both. When I first got there, I think it was a situation where they wanted to see how you was gonna come in, how you was gonna be just based on the name. Right away, they made it known that in here, there's no names.
Right.
You're a number. And you're no different than the other guy. You're going to pick up the trash. You're going to do it when I tell you. You're going to shower when I tell you. You're going to wear what we tell you to wear. You're going to clean up the yard when we tell you. You're going to eat when we tell you. And you're going to eat what we tell you. So it was a whole big adjustment. But I just came in, tried to be as humble as I can, and just kept my distance from everyone. And as the time went on, you start to kind of, I wouldn't say fit in is the right word, but you came to kind of adapt a little bit on certain days. But certain days you thought you were going to lose your mind.
Wow.
It's because you're coming from, for jail for anybody sucks, but coming from a place of being, like Jay said, the no-hitter, the world, all this great glory to come to this place, you got to wonder, like, what the fuck was I thinking? What happened?
Yeah, what happened? Exactly.
You're exactly right. And some days, to be honest with you guys, some days I will wake up and say, oh, this got to be a dream. I'm going to wake up in my bed. It's got to be a dream. And then some days you say, how am I going to make it? Not just, 10 months, but how am I going to make it to the next day? How am I going to make it, you carry your food, and sometimes you got some guys that if they want your food, they're going to take it. You got 10 guys, there's nothing you can do. There's a gentleman I saw, I didn't literally see him get raped, but you're like about 5 feet from the shower, and you hear him screaming for his life, you know what's going on. So you wanted to, am I next? You don't know. It's just a horrible way of living.
Did that guy look anything like me, the one who was being assaulted? I imagine I'd be quite popular in that setting.
I'm certain of it.
It's a horrible situation.
Doc, what was it?
I felt that way during accounting meetings, with my accountant, and when Warner Brothers signs a contract, I felt that way. I wasn't, please continue.
Two different worlds.
That's great.
What was it in that time period? Every athlete just got arrested in Tampa. Like, Tampa was just where you went to get put in jail. Whether every single athlete, you just see him coming out of Tampa jail.
Well, that makes perfect sense because that's a port of entry, right? That Miami is where, all the big
he says
partying
rape in the
starts.
shower, you say port of entry.
I don't think he wants to hear that.
This is freaking me out now. I'm at Governor's in Levittown
tonight.
tonight.
Back on those great moments, obviously, as an athlete, and and be able to put away the part that kind of taints that? Because it seems like it would be such a waste to have such a great career, great memories professionally, but it's always got that that nagging drug problem hanging over him?
You know, that's a great question because
I was going to ask it, but no, you weren't.
Right. No, because what happened was so many times when I would relapse, so many times when I go on these binges, it was because I was guilty, depressed, and upset because I was thinking what my career should have been, what others thought my career should have been, more so than me thinking that. When you hear everybody say, "Oh, you should have been in the Hall of Fame," or "You should have won 300 games," I should beat myself up with that a lot of times and start believing that. Unfortunately, when I was in prison, the only good thing I can say came out of that was, even though I got in trouble in 2010 when I came out of prison in 2006, but when I was in prison, when you got nothing but time, I mean, nothing but time, and you're not going anywhere, I had a chance to relive my life, replay the whole tape, the good and bad, and everything that took place. And I came across the thing, and I said, you know what? When I was a kid, I remember telling my dad, who was watching the game, I said, my goal is I want to make the major leagues. I want to stay healthy and play a long time. I never thought about awards, never thought about the Hall of Fame, never thought about winning 300 games, World Series. You don't think about that things. I got to win every award possibly for a pitcher. I got 3 World Series rings in New York. All through the no-hitter for the Yankees. I mean, so when I look back on it, I say, look, I can't beat myself up over this stuff anymore because others' expectations of me. Because when I was 5 years old, nobody thought this guy's going to be a Hall of Fame pitcher. He's going to win 300 games. And I got to really live a career that most players would dream of living. So I had to eliminate that part because I found out also in rehab that by me beating myself over that, all I was doing was giving myself a reason to go back out and use. So I had to eliminate all that and like you say, start patting myself on the back for the career that I did.
Yeah, you could look at, I guess prison will give you time to put things in perspective.
What did you do? What did you use your time to do? Because we started off talking about chess briefly there, and I know a lot of the fellas who work at the chess clubs downtown. If you see a ton of forearm tattoos, watch out because he's been playing chess constantly for his entire stay. Some guys read a lot. Some folks get into the Bible. What did you use your time doing in the joint?
Once I was there, and I kind of accepted that I'm going to be here for 10.5 months. I got in this thing where normally I would like, they had this, the track. I used to walk the track a lot. I basically stayed to myself. I didn't play any softball, so occasionally I'll play
horseshoe. They must have been pissed.
Yeah.
You signed for softball.
That's the movie.
No, you know what happened? The thing was,
that had to cause problems. He's going to play against the guards.
Right. You know what happened? I had this guy kind of tell me when I was in the county jail before I got sent off to prison, kind of pre-warn me. He goes, when you get to prison, stay by yourself because when you get there, they have sports. They're going to already have you on a team.
Oh, yeah.
And if you're on that team, the other team's going to be pissed.
Right.
And if you're on that team, you're not doing well, your team's going to be pissed.
Fuck.
And you don't want that.
And
so
it's probably going to go past just the team and the game. That's going to work its way into the actual life.
100%.
Yeah,
so when I got there, it's like, you're on our team. I was like, well, I can't play. My knee's bad. Which
good. Yeah.
So I didn't want to know part of it. So I played a lot of horseshoe. Love horseshoe, and basically just walk the track, and that was basically all I did.
Yeah, stay in shape.
They're telling us we have to wrap with
He's
Doc.
very, very busy.
I want to plug the book.
Yes.
It's called Doc.
You got to rap. They sell $1 million for this guy.
Publicist.
That's what they told us.
This is the stop.
It's the publicist.
Yeah,
There's a publicist, Darth Vader and Sons, is knocking on the door, and he's making the rounds. He's doing a round.
It's called Doc.
Doc Gooden doesn't want to leave. His people are telling him he has to leave. Right. He's been beyond honest, and I think he just sold a shitload of books because this looks like a great read.
It really does.
Doc.
I'm serious.
It's called Doc, a memoir. And what I've read of it is honestly, it's fantastic and it's honest and it's open and you talk about everything. And we interview a lot of athletes, and most times I don't enjoy it because I don't find them forthcoming. And I'm saying, in all honesty, you're my favorite athlete that we've interviewed. Like this, you're fucking brutally honest about everything, and it's like that's all we asked for. And it's like this book is fucking great.
Definitely a good
I really
read.
appreciate that. It means a lot.
It's totally honest. And David Lee Roth, you're plugging
everything under the sun. The Roth Show. I'm starting my wrestling career. Zero and the Ice Cream Gang. And I'm a Japanese Yakuza movie maker.
And Jay Mohr tonight will be at Governor's in Long Island.
Yes. Levittown.
And are we done?
I guess.
We've only just begun.
I don't know.
What a pleasure to meet you. God bless.
Yeah.
And fellas, thank you so much for your time.
What a thrill. What a thrill.
Tomorrow.
And Ethan Hawke from The Purge was in today, too.
Purge on Friday.
What a day. Yeah, we're gonna get pictures with Doc Gooden. And don't forget, episode 4 of the Opie and Anthony podcast available right now. Go get that. And stay tuned for Jim Norton's Advice Show.